I see you've brought guests. Welcome, friends.
Welcome in, Raiders. Sorry. We'll start in a minute. I just smacked my knees into my desk. I don't want to take the boots off, they're cute. What's up, losers? Welcome back to the Rogue Room. I am your host, the Abigail Beck, and the reason that you're all losers and I'm not is, look at this. Hello. Look at how tall I am now. I have gained at least 5 inches in height. Because I need to show these off. I think I showed them off already, but like, if you missed these on Twitter, check out the boots I got. Check these motherfuckers out. You can't even really see them, but, you know, because my lights are so, like, dark, or not really bright, you can't see them properly, but, you know, we got big stompies. It's big stompy hours, and tonight, friends, Going live saved you from watching Road to El Dorado. Well, I mean, Road to El Dorado is never a bad choice. You've lost 5 inches. Well, I mean, I'm hoping one day I'll lose about 5.5 inches. You know what I mean? How's everyone going? Welcome in. Welcome to the Rogue Room. It is I, your host, the Rogue Room. The person who hosts the Rogue Room. Abigail Beck, formerly known as Rogue Bitch, but not allowed to be called Rogue Bitch anymore because someone reported my old username. How you folks been? Babbling Goat is a lovely, lovely person for many reasons. I'm going to just point this out right now because you're in chat, Goat, and I hope you're doing well. I might gain another 5 in the near future. Yeah, I might. I might just gain another 5 too. Babbling Goat regaled to me and to numerous other streamers this morning. I think I actually heard the news from somebody else first, but it was not as in-depth as what Goat sent me in my DMs. But this morning I awoke to the news that a certain streamer and his gaggling sycophant cronies that he had on his stream had decided to go on stream of Facebook, take a bunch of selfies that other people had posted with regards to promoting their own streams, right? Promoting the fact that they were live. So some people will post a selfie that says, hey, I'm live, come check my stream out, naturally. And this individual thought it was in his best interest to take those selfies and put them up on his stream and have him and his friends rank us all based on how our promo picture was. Like, the premise here was that he and his friends would rank all of our photos, all of our promo photos, based on how likely they would be to click on the link to our stream based on the selfie alone, right? Need I elucidate to any of you, as if this comes as a shock, because I really doubt this would come as a shock. None of us asked for this, nor did any of us give consent for this. He just took our photos, put them on his stream, discussed them with his friends in a really gross and objectifying manner that nobody asked for. We didn't want this. And I guarantee if he had approached any of us, we would have said, no, fuck off kindly. And I got first! Because I'm Abigail, A-B. So the first 2 letters, I'm sure he just sorted it by alphabetic order. I'm not going to take a sour thing. I'll do that later. Yeah. I only watched my segment. I'm going to say, and let's just clarify before we begin. They also said that I stream Apex. So they saw a picture. They made a sexual comment towards me as well. And yeah, I didn't watch more of it, but a mutual friend of mine and Goat's managed to snag the video before the guy privated it. So he took it down. He realized he fucked up and took the video down. And so fortunately, our mutual friend, who I'm not going to disclose who that is right now, for her own safety, well, I just said her, but that's where we'll leave it, has managed to acquire the video, and they're going to re-upload it. So I might grab the link off them and we can watch that together later and give our own critique on their bullshit. How about we flip it on its head, hey? But anyway, I was first in the segment. Hello, Prince. How you going? It's literally what Kiwi Farms does, and nobody with a conscience wants to have anything in common with that place. Precisely. So it's just rude and unnecessary bullshit. And they obviously put this content forward as though this is entertaining. This is fun and entertaining for all involved, despite the fact that it's just really creepy. And the worst part is, it's really creepy that he went and did that. And went and took all of our photos and went and ranked us and had his friends commentate on us without our consent. He then went on to those same Facebook groups where he got the pictures from and advertised his VOD talking about that very thing. Advertised that segment. Like, he went out, he was proud of this. This wasn't a thing where he was doing it subtly behind the scenes. They'll never find me over here on my own stream. He was proud of it. He was like, this is the thing I want people to know me for. This is the reason I found out about it, because Goat sent me the DM with the screenshot from one of those streamer groups. But anyway, so yeah, the video has been privated on YouTube. I was the first in the segment, and I only watched my own segment. And this is a streamer whose name I'm not going to give you. I'm not going to give this guy any more clout. I'm not going to give this guy any more infamy. right? We're going to talk about him, around him, but we're not going to talk, we're not going to give him a name. He's a cunt. He doesn't deserve it. And their caption was, "Hello, fellow #purple people. If you're in this photo, we rated your promo picture. Did you make the grade?" Yeah, exactly. So he's treating it like this is some kind of honor we should be proud of. The fact that we had been selected by him and his ilk to be criticized unfairly. We didn't choose this. We didn't opt into this. You know? And unfortunately, it was on... He posted about it in a Twitch streamers group. He's a YouTube streamer. So I don't know why the fuck he was posting about it in Twitch streamer groups anyway. Hello, Mia. We're doing okay. We're doing good. We're doing good. Anyway, so, this is the thing that annoys me. The guy who hosted the stream seemed to be of the opinion that because these promo posts are public, like on public Facebook groups, and even that's not true technically, they're private Facebook groups. You have to, like, apply to be in the Facebook group to even post in the first place. So just by that metric alone, any content you take from there is not public domain, which is what this guy was claiming in his comments, in his responses when people were attacking him for this. He claimed the pictures were public domain. That's a gross misunderstanding of what public domain is, first of all. Any photo you take, even if it's just some selfie, is copyrighted for yourself. And unfortunately with the internet, that's going to mean copyright laws apply differently in different areas, but I don't give a shit what copyright laws there are in America. Don't take my photos. I didn't give you permission to do that. But anyway, it's basically just blatantly untrue. He doesn't understand what public domain means. Made comments such as, "She's covered up but her face is appealing, so I don't mind." Yeah, I didn't catch all of the comments that were made about me, but we will talk about the ones that I remember distinctly. Notably, you might have seen me wearing this a few times. Pentagram. And also recently in a stream I was wearing this, so big skull on my shirt. He and his friends were making comments about the pentagram choker in that particular promo selfie. I don't have the selfie on hand immediately. Actually, I might actually have it. Give me a sec. Because it was a recent one. Let me see. It was not this one. I think it was from back in September. Let me see. It was this one. It was this promo selfie, okay? Fuck, I need to recreate this look. Damn, that's... Oh, hello. This one. So this was the selfie he brought up, right? With his friends. And basically, again, the premise was, would we watch this person stream just based on their photo? And then, that's the thing. That's not exactly much content on the surface. You know, if you just bring up a photo and you say, "Okay, friends, would you watch this person stream based on this selfie?" It's a yes or no question. So what do you do from there, right? If it's a yes or no question, would you watch it or not? Yes, no. Right? It didn't stop at yes, no, though, did it? Of course it didn't. They had to make their own little commentaries on exactly why they would or wouldn't watch your stream. And it just turned into a bunch of weird objectifications, basically. Weird commentaries that, again, nobody asked for. So, in particular, in that picture, I'll bring it back up, actually, so we can refer back to it. In particular, that selfie. They were making comments about the pentagram, and they were making comments about how, like, it's a pagan symbol or a Wiccan symbol or something like that. It's just a pentagram, and it's typically associated with Satanism, not necessarily Wiccanism or paganism. The pentacle is associated with Wiccanism. That's a pentagram. There's a difference. But he also mentioned, like, oh, I know a few Wiccans, and tried to, like, make these commentaries about how Wiccans are... I don't know what exact point he was trying to make, but then it really seemed like he was trying to make this statement that, like, Wiccans are actually kind of good people. But then there's this skull on the hoodie. What's the skull about on the hoodie? Like, is there some kind of deep meaning? It's fashion, dipshit. That's all it is. It's just fashion. That's all it is. There's no depth to this. And yeah, like the important point that Ziwa has mentioned here. The opening comment, yes, before they started with a transgender woman as the first member of the segment, the first target of the segment, right? The host specifically said, let's not target anyone's gender, all right? You know? Anyway, like right before they skew into talking about a trans woman. Anyway, so yeah, they were kind of trying to infer that I'm either a Wiccan or pagan or something like that, some kind of religion that they don't agree with, because you can just tell these people are Christians. You can just tell these people are Christians and they value that so highly, but they don't say it outright. Anyway, was trying to read into it like a year 8 English teacher. There was at least one woman on the panel that I could tell. 2 dudes, one VTuber who had a very deep male-sounding voice, and one woman. I'm assuming gender here. I'm not going to give them the decency of asking, honestly. Fuck them. One commentator in particular, the woman in this one. Oh no, hang on. I'm going back through my notes here because I can't remember exactly what they said. But one of the 2 dudes, not the VTuber, not the chick, right, said how he wasn't interested in watching my streams because, get this, it's like, referring to me, it's like she's selling equipment she may or may not have, was the terminology used. Now this was the photo, right? Here we go. What equipment do you think they might be referring to there? Because it's just a picture of me with my abs out. I've got abs. I got that equipment on display. I'm covering up my tits because I have them, and I can't really just flash those on social media, can I? So I've got that equipment. What other equipment? I'm covering my arms up. In this particular circumstance, you can't see my muscles. Could they have been inferring, I've got abs, you could make the implication that I might be hiding the muscles that I probably have in my arms. That's not what this guy was talking about, though, was it? Let's think about that for a sec. Really creepy comment to make. Why would you infer anything towards my genitalia? Furthermore, they only remarked on what I play. Like, they made some I don't have any gym equipment. I need gym equipment. I got dumbbells. That's it. Yeah, only Ziwa can comment on my equipment. Anyway, yeah, they remark that they don't know what I play, which is honestly kind of insulting, because it's just the implication there being, obviously, if you're a streamer on Twitch, you must be playing video games. I'm kind of sick of that, just that assumption that we all play video games, like I do on Fridays, but I'm not a gaming streamer. Pay attention. Maybe you shouldn't be doing this kind of segment if your primary thing is just going to be making assumptions about people. That's the problem with this whole thing. Anyway, they suggested I play Apex, which, holy fuck, that's the worst insult of all. Okay, it's suggesting that my main content is competitive FPS. Fuck you. Anyway. The only woman present on the panel, I'm just going to throw this out there, suggested that I seem like I have a bad attitude and she wouldn't watch for that reason. Catty. Cunt. And that's all I can remember right now, honestly. Like, I skimmed through it. I should have rewatched it. I should have actually did what my friend did and saved the video beforehand so I could have replayed it back and we could have criticized it. But I also don't want to give them the airtime. This is the thing. Is like, I'm giving them the airtime now to critique their bullshit, but I don't want to give them the airtime of showing you the content. But it is worth bringing up. So let's go to Babbling Goat's post, which is probably where a lot of people heard about this first. It's been making the rounds. And I play Heroes of the Storm, confirmed. Oh, well, we're gonna reveal the guy now, basically. Oh, here's a further insult. The guy linked all of our Twitch channels after making his stupid little VOD, and he misspelled my name, and also misspelled it in the stream as well. Didn't even get my name right, you cunt. Anyway, so this person reviewed streamers' photos live on stream. They seem to not have asked for permission because when asked if they were allowed to use the pictures, they said it was posted online, so it's public domain. So here's Goat. I'm going to credit you, Goat, with giving me the main brunt of the information here because you gave me a ton of information. The other person who did DM me first only basically said, did you see this post about you? And then it was like 2 seconds later I got your DM, pretty much. This is very much not okay. To everyone arguing about legality, this is where things get complicated because generally speaking, copyright does say you own the copyright to photos you take from the moment you take them, right? That's the broad definition legally. Which makes sense, like if you take selfies on your phone or whatever, no matter where you post them, the copyright is yours, generally. However, copyright laws can change place to place. When you post them online through a third-party website or social media platform, you agree to the terms of service of that website. Many major image sharing sites have terms of service stating that you continue to own the copyright to the photos you post, but you grant the website a license to copy or distribute them. This may be sub-licensable, so the service can give others permission to reblog, retweet, or otherwise share the photos. Other websites are set up specifically for photographers who want to release their photos into public domain. Therefore, by posting on these sites, you do agree to terms of service that you place your photos in the public domain. And this is interesting. This is worth looking at, the commentary and criticism thing, which I'm sure the guy is going to use as a defense. We have a thread that we're going to come around to where he actually was commenting on Twitter. I quote tweeted his post. Where is he? I did quote tweet the guy's post where he was advertising the new VOD, right? Let's find it. So this is his... Where is it? I quote tweeted his little ad post about it. And on this... So now we're giving his name away. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Whatever. We're going to continue to drag this cunt. So he posted this VOD here, specifically this one. Just curious why you privated this. Could it have something to do with your having a little game of hot or not with your cronies without the consent of those you chastised? But anyway, we'll come back around to what we were talking about. But yeah, it's as was mentioned, like he might try to use the reference of commentary and criticism here, but still. The point remains, it's a shitty thing to do. It's just an honestly, ethically dumb thing to do. And I hope this creates massive backlash against the guy, honestly. It's not about gender, but they judged only women based on appearance. No, there were men in there as well, if I recall correctly. I've seen other people comment on the situation. So we're going to go through those threads as well. So let's have a look at this. If you're commenting on or critiquing a copyrighted work, for instance, writing a book review, fair use principles allow you to reproduce some of the work to achieve your purposes. Some examples of commentary and criticism include quoting a few lines from a Bob Dylan song, summarizing and quoting from a medical article on prostate cancer in a news report, copying a few paragraphs from a news article for use by a teacher or student in a lesson, or copying a portion of a Sports Illustrated magazine article for use in a related court case. The underlying rationale of this rule is that the public reaps the benefits from your review, which is enhanced by including some of the copyrighted material. Additional examples of commentary and criticism are provided in the examples of fair use cases. I don't think this falls under that. There were about 3 to 4 men, yeah. There were quite a few people who were criticized here. Hello, Hacksaws. How you doing? All right, let me see if I can find these other threads. So there's Goat's thread. And unfortunately, yeah. So let's see what Goat actually has to commentate on this. Watching through the video, and the moderator seems to try and keep things civil, but they outright admit that people have no idea that they're doing this. So far, heard comments such as, "Oh look, cleavage. She's covered up, but I don't mind. Her face is appealing. The position of her glasses are not flattering. I am 4 photos in." One comment is legit. Pornhub intro. Feel like she's going to show me yoga or something. Are you sure it's yoga? Just did some digging on this guy, and you have no hope for him at this point. On his YouTube, he has a thumbnail where he wears a very racist Native American costume. I've seen that. I have seen that. If you've got a link to it, please share it with me, because I did see that earlier. The video is private now, but I want to remind you all that they got no say over your body expression or you. Their words are weightless. Their words aren't weightless. Their words are pathetic. Okay, their words are weighing them down morally. I'll say I disagree with you there, Goat. Their words have weight that's dragging them down as decent people. That's the weight that their words carry. You can send a link here. Oh, there we go. There is a pic. Yeah, exactly. And this guy honestly just looks like a discount Slevin Calavera. Honestly, pathetic. This is just pathetic. You're a white dude. Take that shit off. That's pathetic, dude. This guy is just one of those attempted edgelords, and that's his entire shtick. You know. Anyway, let's move forward to Chloe's post on this, because it's worth looking at what Chloe has to say. I've already told you what they said about me. Here's what they said about her. Are her ears fake? Her ears fake? What? Is her hair real? The lights are too much. I wish she'd look at the camera to address her audience. Judging my light choices and what I spend money on. Wings are too heavy. Chloe does hella good wings, okay? I am envious. I cannot do... Not that. I cannot do wings to this level. Okay, I simply cannot. I am envious to the nth degree. Anyway, but anyway, I think there's more. Just some of the comments for my photo. If she was in one of your classes, she might call you an asshole. The joys of being a streamer and not asking for unwanted critics or opinions. Yeah. As much as we've had our differences, what the fuck is that bullshit? Exactly. As if people on Twitch aren't insecure enough and have enough problems to deal with, they now have to worry about getting rated on stream too. Yeah. Funny how the video is now private now that he realizes he fucked up. Exactly. He does realize he fucked up, and he has gone hardcore into defense mode. I've got a thread here. Let's just see if he has at all responded to... No, he hasn't responded to Chloe's thread. He hasn't responded to my quote tweet of him, which is highly amusing. But here we've got Carl's Weezer. This dude lagging out stole people's photos without their permission and made a video with his friends making fun of them. None of the people knew until afterwards. Now he's trying to make it sound like they submitted the pics. Oh, you're kidding me. Please help report his accounts. Yes, try to get him reported if you can. Let's see what the quote tweet is. Is it him? Oh, no. Okay. Draco, thank you for redeeming the hugs. I will get some hugs. I will definitely get some hugs. I would like some hugs, please. And look at how tall I... Look at this. I'm so tall. And she's so little. Oh, God. Ow. Hey. I think you... I want something. Can you guess what I want? Small GF. It's because I've got an extra fucking 5 inches at the moment. Look at that. Also, these have pockets. These have pockets. I can't... It's got pockets. It's a cool shirt. I'm glad you like it.
She's got 5 inches on me.
I do. Yeah, I got 5 inches on it. Yes, they're pocket boots. I'll... Hang on. Let me see if I can show you properly. Give me a sec. Here. Let's do this. No, get lost camera. Okay, let's do this. Look. Can you see? If I do that. Thank you, Draco. Yeah, see, pocket boots. And they're big stompies. They're huge stompies. Hell yeah. Anyway. Only problem is, like, to do these boots up, you gotta do, like, get a little bit of a... What's he? It's a little belt instead of a like a clip or something, which would be way cooler. We'll come back to talking about this dickhead in a minute. There we go. What is it? What have you linked us? Cookie. Is this relating to the guy? Are we going to see the footage? At 3:33, what's this? Oh, here we go. Oh, God. Okay, okay. Just like we don't even know. Look at, okay. First of all, he's wearing, and he's got Chieftain down here. Do you want to know what the title of the video is? No, he's wearing an Indian headdress. Native American headdress, sorry. When you thought it couldn't get worse, how about this? Gamertag Origins is mine racist. You are a white man. Sorry, I hate to be a stereotype, but this is a white man. Wearing a Native American headdress, calling himself Chieftain. Yes. Yes, sweetheart, it is. Maybe a handhold redeem, that'd be cool. Anyway, tags, racist male gamer. Racist talk, offensive gamer tags, offensive gamer names, mean gamer names, racist girl gamer, racist boy gamer, racist male gamer. Fuck. Holy shit, this dude is such a reactionary fuckwit. Oh, God. What'd you walk into? An absolute train wreck. We are dragging this cunt into next week. I don't give a shit. Fuck him. Here we go. So, let's continue reading the thread. So, he told us he'd delete the video and then instantly made it private. He took down most of the evidence, but the Facebook post is still there. Let me just check that this doesn't dox me. Nope, that content is not available at the moment. Okay. Trying to say video is gone, but it's still private. Even checked Internet Archives, and it's not deleted. Why publicly lie on the internet? If they weren't lying, they'd show the YouTube dashboard. We all know that won't happen, though. Your back is hurting. Why is your back hurting? You okay? Do you want the beanbag? A little beanbag thing that you heat up. What some people call content is shocking, and now I hate this. It keeps doing the more tweets thing. Here we go. So sad they're still lying. What's this? We're not your IT department. The mere fact a few of you cannot clear your cookies and see the video is deleted. That's not how that works at all. No, yeah. No, not anything on the internet is public domain. No, that's not how that works. We did not give you permission to just insult us in your video, dipshit. Anyway, I don't know if this guy's related to it, but Jesus Christ, what a dog shit take. If you can't take any comments, you shouldn't even be on the internet. Nobody asked for them to do this to us. Feels like he saw a common complaints about awful behavior by white dudes and took it as a checklist, pretty much. Yeah, no, not at all promoting anything. So it was far from promotion. This was absolutely disgusting the way they made an entire segment critiquing people based on appearances in their photos. Promoting would be talking about the streamer and why they are good content creators, not this shit. We didn't make it sound like anyone submitted the pics. Video was deleted by our producer. Stop lying. What's here? If you were in the photo below, we rated your promo picture. Did you make the grade? And then down below here, if you have any purple people that want to get promoted and rated... Yeah, we didn't do... This never happened, for the record. None of this ever happened down the bottom here. I and none of the other people in the video submitted our videos. Yeah, you have a producer. Yeah, right. Okay, buddy. There is no reason to lie. Lesson learned. All deleted. Then why'd you lie in the first place, dickhead? They got 2 and a writing team. For that bullshit? Serious? You judged multiple content creators, most identifying as women, on their appearance, making gross and objectifying comments, and pretty much rating on attractiveness of photos you took without their permission, and you think an apology can make all this go away. I know, they have 8.8k subs. Was it really that much? Hang on. I thought it was less than that. I checked earlier today and it was less than that. Don't tell me they got more subs from this. No, it says 7.07k on here. At least on the linked profile. Anyway. I hope their subs go down. Anyway, let's continue. Show additional replies. So gross, what a bunch of creeps. If you had watched the video, you would think different. We did watch the video. You made gross comments about me. You and your friends made gross comments about me. Our female host who doesn't take crap, she would have called us out on it. Everyone said they were disgusted by the female host the most for not doing anything and partaking in the judging. Yeah, just like based on the little I saw, she was involved. She was heavily encouraging this shit. Girls support each other, not judge and tear them down. If you think what you did was okay, you need help. If any of my dude friends were trashing women, I would have a serious conversation and potentially reevaluate our friendship. Anyway, it looks like that's the end of this thread in particular, but it's clear the dude has learned nothing. And again, nobody in this picture gave consent for this. Our female host who doesn't take crap. I know. What a load of cringe. Holy shit, cringe. Jesus Christ. I don't know why they do this. I don't know. I mean, I know why they do this because now we're talking about them, I suppose. But instead, what you should be doing is going and reporting their YouTube channel and reporting their social media channels and all of that kind of shit and getting them taken down because fuck them. There's no such thing as cancel culture, so destroy them. Go ahead. All he learned is to hide his assholery next time. I mean, we already know he's a blatant racist, so who gives a shit? He's not gonna learn from that. Does anyone want to do a stream where we judge the hosts of that show? I mean, that's the thing. I was going to bring the stream on, but we don't have the video. Hello, Chloe. How's it going? We don't actually have the VOD at the moment. This woman who I swear I'm friends with said it was okay. You're not allowed to be mad. She said it was okay. I swear. I know. It's such a deflect. It's such a gross, honestly very misogynistic deflect. I know a woman and she said it's okay, so all women must think it's okay because she said it. Because people can't think for themselves, apparently. Oh, Chloe's got the video, Pog. You can send the link if you want. You can send the link. I know roughly where it starts. I think the timestamp was like 5243 or something. Yeah, if he 5325, that's it, yeah. Exactly. If he did nothing wrong, why all the removal of what he did? Why all the backpedaling? And if we're to use, like, here's the thing. Like, I'm pretty sure Chloe has taken it and uploaded it, right? And if we are to use his own defense against him, if he were to be upset at the fact that we took his content wholesale and uploaded it somewhere else without his consent, that means his content's public domain, doesn't it? Then we'll just use that same defense there, because that's how that works. 5235. Oh, there we go. I want in on that turnabout's fair play thing, please. 20 plus years of studying literature. I will verbally eviscerate a bitch. Here we go. He pussied out and backpedaled. Can't even admit they were assholes. Exactly. All right. So, I'll put these headphones on because I don't want to have the speakers reverberating. Excuse me. Can you hear my stream music? We'll take a gander at it. Should we go through... How long is the whole segment? How long is the whole segment? It's time for us to roast this douche nozzle and his douche nozzle friends who are also racists, probably. You like the stream hacks? I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you like the vibes here. Permission to discuss my part all you want. It already sounds terrible. You know, it already sounds terrible. Let's see if I can... let's see if everything that I remembered was true. And then we'll talk about some news. Okay, here we go. Oh, this video is private. Dang it. We can't actually look at it. Dang. It's an hour and 15. Okay. Yeah, we can't actually... It might have to be... Is it set to unlisted? Did you upload it, or is it on... It might need to be set to unlisted or something. Or you might need to... I think if you set a video to be private, you can also copy a special link to send to people so nobody who is not involved can't accidentally stumble across it. Is the thing. Yeah. Sounds goodly. Sounds goodly. Let us know when you got it done. Thank you so much for that, by the way. I appreciate it. But first, like, let's just come back to this photo here. There's my stories. My stream stories. Let's just come... Oh, I didn't do my... No wonder I don't like my makeup tonight. I didn't do my mascara. Shit. Oh, well. Let's fix that. Let's admire me, shall we? Let's admire how good I look. While I fix my mascara up, and then we'll, It should be okay. Let's have a look. Let's see. Hey. Yes, it does work. Okay. Hey. Alright, let's add that in there, and then... Is that going to work? Is that going to give us the time? Yes. No, it doesn't. Okay. Let's come back around to this in a second. Oh, maybe... Oh, yeah, it looks like you've cut just to that point. Okay. Alright, let's just quickly fix my mascara up because I didn't do this. What kind of makeup artist am I? Not much of one because I don't actually do this shit professionally. Okay. Double the cooldown. Oh, to get flipped off. There you go. Sorry, it's a bit wonky. Bit of a wonky flip off. It's alright. What got redeemed per stream? Hugs. Should be like a 10-minute cooldown. What the hell? I didn't do that. That's weird. Ow! I just mascaraed my face. It's okay. The world isn't ending. There we go. Thank you for the head pats, by the way. Alright. Let's fix my hair up and then let's watch this bullshit. Do I need a lawyer for saying the content isn't mine? It's unlisted, so you know. So thank you, very kindly, Chloe, for sorting this out for us. Let's have a look at this dumb cunt and his dumb cunt friends. And yeah, like, again, this guy's username is racist. I'm not profiting off it, true. Let's just clarify. The guy is a white guy appropriating the term chieftain for his brand, so that's pretty fucking racist. Your upload is used within the fair use critique and comment section. Look at their face cams. They really aren't the people who should judge others on their appearance. I mean, yeah. If we look at them, one of them's a VTuber. Nothing against VTubers or anything, but like, if you're a VTuber, you don't get to talk. You don't get to trash talk people based on their appearance. Can we like move me? Because I'm in the way. I need to move me. Hang on. I'm going to do this for a sec. I'm going to put myself here, and then I'll put myself back where I belong later. Alright. Content is out for viewership. Viewership, yes. What other redeems have I got? Hang on. We got flipped off. Alright, cool. Let's go. Let's do it. Yeah, purple person. A person who promotes their live streams via Twitch, YouTube, etc. One who takes selfies that include the color purple. I can't hear them. They're not playing.
Smartphone and posted in gaming-oriented sections on Facebook, Twitter.
So hang on. One who takes selfies that include the color purple. This color can be in lighting or props, or this being foreground or background elements. Yeah, they just made this term up because they thought it was catchy. Honestly, it comes across as just dumb as shit. The color can also be in or on their person, meaning one's hair, facial or otherwise, makeup and or clothing. We'll have the before mentioned color. My dude, the word is aforementioned, and it's one word. Anyway. And other promos are posted hastily from a smartphone. Often promos are posted hastily from a smartphone or posted in gaming-oriented sections on Facebook, Twitter, or Reddit. Mine are not posted hastily, dude. I plan my selfies out, And I plan it. I orchestrate like my promo posts in advance. I don't do this shit on a whim. Aforementioned is not such a hard word. I think it would be for this guy, honestly.
Or Reddit. So
Oh,
my
I'm
next
guilty of
question
this.
is
Oh, hang on. I think we might need to turn the volume up with my extension because I can barely hear these cunts. Not that I really want to, but you know, we're doing content.
so I have a question for everybody. Are you ready?
Oh wow, he yells. He's a yeller, folks. He's a yeller. Listen, he's a yeller. Are you ready? What are you ready for? What are you getting geared up for? Are you ready to bully people on the internet? Wow, so brave. That extension is, I don't know, 600% sound volume. Yeah, there we go. If you like 600% sound volume, that's it. Yeah, that's it. It's basically a gain add-on. Yeah, I don't like yelling unless it's Jacksepticeye. I mean, I'll give you credit where... I mean, I don't mind people who are yelling and excitable if they do it in such a way that it's context appropriate. But this dude's a wanker, is the thing.
Yes.
What is
They have
going
such a 2016 anti-SJW vibe. Oh, I know. Believe me, I know.
on, Soda? What is your screen?
What is he doing?
I am driving
Oh,
the
he's
purple
driving.
people around.
Of course, this guy is the most uninteresting sounded or uninterested sounding. Anyway, surprised he doesn't have the headdress. Oh yeah, the headdress. Not the headphones, the headdress.
All right, the first person.
Look, it's
is-
me!
Here are some rules. Let me go find some rules.
Hey, why is the volume so low?
So,
Don't contact these people.
Here are the questions.
Don't contact these people. Gee, I wonder why. I wonder why he's saying don't contact these people. Can you hear it at all? The volume's cranked up, but it's so low volume. I've got to turn up as much as I can. Don't contact these people. Why? Because you'll get called out. Oh, too late. Too bad, so sad.
Almost answer, and don't be mean to these people because I'm actually reposting this in the groups. How would you rate?
Don't be mean to these people because I'm actually reposting this into the groups. Don't be mean. We didn't give you permission, so we're allowed to say whatever you say is mean in the first place.
The photo, composition, etc. Is there too much purple? Would you go watch this stream based on the photo? So here's the first photo.
So is there too much purple? And would you watch this person's stream based on the photo? I'm going to like keep repeating what he says because he's too quiet and I can't turn the volume up any higher. I'll turn it up on my end. I don't know if it's loud enough for you, Lot.
And no making fun of people's genders and that sort of thing.
No making fun of people's genders and that sort of thing. Of course. Gotta get that one in there. I wonder why.
So,
Oh.
so
No.
the
Be
first-
chased.
Aw. Little bitch is gonna have a whinge. Too much people isn't a thing that exists. I look extra sexy. Thank you, Meat Man from Rio. Don't be mean. Proceeds to be a colossal wanker. Yeah, let's continue. First of all, first and foremost, where's the second I in my literal name? My literal legal name? If you're going to try to insult me, you could at least spell my name correctly. I have fiddled with the sound mixer. I could add a gain to it. Could add a bit of a gain to it. Hang on. We'll turn it up by 5 decibels. Turn that on. See if that gives you anything.
So this
Do
first
not
person
contact
is
these
called
people.
Abigail Beck. This is her promo in a Facebook group to promote her Twitch channel. So any comments? Would you go watch her channel based on this photo?
Again, I gave you my thoughts before on what I could remember from this segment. Hearing double since I'm in the next room. Oh, true. You'd be hearing me talking, but you probably wouldn't be hearing the actual audio. I can close the door if you want.
Okay.
Yeah. Abigail. Abigail. Seem to have a problem with words and spelling. Does that shock you? Yeah, I get the suspicion this guy's from one of those states that's like in the bottom 4 of education in the US.
And I'm gonna give her a shout out.
Yes, I'm going to drag him for that. Fuck him.
Maybe.
I
Personally, no, but I'm probably also not the target audience. But I could list a few reasons why I wouldn't watch your stream.
Oh,
but
please do go
I
on.
don't know
You-
what
you
she plays. either.
first.
I don't
Like-
know what she plays, but I should have probably put the post in there that she was.
I don't know what she plays. I only play the biggest category on the platform. Didn't notice that. Didn't notice what? What didn't you notice? Hang on. I'm going to give her a shout out. Yeah. I don't want your shout out, you cringe lord.
promoting. But
Well,
I was
what-
just trying to get as many photos as I could.
Yeah, exactly. I was just trying to get as many photos as I could. So he legitimately didn't care at all. He was just rushing through this because he had this tremendous idea for content. I'm going to go on a Facebook streamer group, grab a bunch of selfies, take those. Here's an awesome segment that, and listen, this is the thing. Like, as we come back to the earlier part of the stream where he mentions like, these posts were put together hastily off a smartphone or whatever. It's like, dude, it's quite blatant. You literally just hastily cobbled this together in a few minutes before you stream my live. Zara does need head pats for her hard work. Yes, she does. Zara, do you want head pats? I'm gonna undo my jacket a bit because it's a bit much. I'll give you head pats. Yeah, he found some pictures hastily. Have head pats, ooh. Okay. I'm so tall in these damn boots. And my girlfriend deserves all the head pats in the world, okay? Because she's great. Ooh. Anyway, continuing on.
I don't know the context. I don't know what.
Okay, here's the thing. I don't know the context. Judging by how you've laid out this segment, isn't I don't know the context the entire fucking point? Isn't this a hot or not thing, basically? That's what it boils down to. It's basically hot or not. Like the whole premise is, would you watch their stream based on the appearance of the picture? What more context do you need, buckaroo? Genuinely, what context do you need, mate?
She's promoting. Is she one of these?
Listen,
She streams. She kind of streams. I don't know what she streams. I think she streams kind of like the games like Apex and
first of all, you're a cunt.
games like.
Oh,
that.
so she is a game streamer and not
No, I'm not.
She's a game. All the people.
ASMR.
All the
No, I'm not.
people are game
Oh,
streamers.
don't
They're
even
all
go
video game
ASMR.
streamers.
No, I'm
You're
not.
talking. Oh, I'm talking over you. Go ahead.
Oh, he said ASMR. So please don't bring up ASMR.
No,
Not an
she's a
ASMR
game
streamer.
Yeah.
Well, the reason I ask is because that seems to be the new trend for all the lady streamers that do
ASMR has been around for years now. It's not a new trend.
that promote their own OFs. I
I don't have an OF.
won't say the whole site.
Dude's obviously got a problem with sex workers.
No. She does regular games. She does regular streaming. So
What's regular games? I don't do regular games. I mean, you could say I do regular games 3 hours a week on Fridays, but I'm not a regular game streamer. I'm a just chatting streamer.
I would say yeah. I would say yeah. Personally, I would. I wouldn't have.
I'm probably a no because
You're old.
Yeah,
Well-
with everybody, I'm a maybe.
You're a definite maybe.
I think this guy says it's probably a no, and this guy says probably because you're old, I think, or something like that. And I'm like, how old are these people actually? That's a good question. I'm curious because this is some very boomer mentality that we're going through right now. Guy in the lower left corner is the most disgusting one. Based off what I've seen, that's true. God forbid they should do a bare minimum of research, right? Yeah. If you share the link in your Twitter post so people can watch. Yeah, I could. Hang on. Let me do this. Let's see. Am I allowed to post that? Oh, hang on. It's an unlisted video. Probably am not allowed to share it. I'll let Chloe make that decision. If Chloe wants to share it, I'll retweet it. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had an idea, actually, and someone can feel free to take this if you want, of just starting up a YouTube channel that's not really affiliated with anything, doesn't have any particular branding or what have you, where the specific purpose is just to share clips like this of just streamers being shitheads. And yeah, that whole thing. I had that idea. So if someone wants to take it, go ahead. I'm not really all that fast. Yeah, let's find the post that I made about it. Where did I post it? Hang on. I'm gonna tag you in it, Chloe. Is that alright? Are you okay if I tag you in the tweet, Chloe? Just look at their Twitch page and see what category their VODs are in, yeah. Or just look at the post. Like, literally, the whole premise behind this thing is nonsense in the first place. They make the grand assumption that everyone who streams on the platform plays things. Plays games. Which I do, but I don't, you know. Yeah, okay, there we go. I posted it in my thread about the thing, so it might not come up at the top of Twitter, but you know, whatever. Let's continue. Maybe don't compare me to a dude, mate. I'm not. I'm a chick.
But no, please go ahead. I'm not.
I just feel like
Wait for it.
she's trying to take advantage of her equipment that she does or does not have.
What does that mean? I'm genuinely curious what that does mean. And yeah, Zara, honestly, I can hear your phone, and yeah, it's like you're quite behind for some reason. No, it's not a problem, babe. What does that mean? Let's come back. Hang on.
That's an honor.
Equipment that she does or does not have.
What does that mean, beardy McFatface? Sorry, but if these people are going to insult me, I'm going to pull every fish out of the barrel that I possibly can. That's not a phrase. Fish out of the barrel. I'm just going to drag them based on any facet of their appearance. I don't give a shit about these people. That could mean so much. He's referring to my breasts, maybe. You think he means a penis? That was my first thought. Just like to have two open menus. That's okay. Could literally hear him try to find a way to talk shit about trans people without being too obvious. Yeah, he's circling around it. And this is the host already started out with, don't make any comments about gender. He's definitely trying to make, like, who the fuck is that? A wanker. A fucking loser. That's who that is. He might have met my abs, but I doubt it. I've got abs, that's for sure. Got more abs than he does. The only six-pack he's ever seen contained an IPA.
For advertising purposes, a little too much, and that doesn't appeal to me.
Oh, okay.
What does that mean? Equipment she may or may not have for advertising purposes. Okay.
That's an honest.
Kind of a. Well, she's kind of got a Wiccan symbol around her neck.
Oh, here we go.
Skull on the side.
Oh no! Oh no! What's going on?
So I'm kind of like, what are you doing, girl?
So hang on, come
Wiccan
back.
Appealed to me.
Oh, okay.
Well,
That's an honest.
Kind of a. Well, she's kind of got a Wiccan symbol around her neck, but then the skull
It's a
on
pentagram.
the side. So I'm kind of like, what are you doing, girl? Like,
What am I doing? I don't know. Have you got a problem with pentagrams? What's the issue there? It's a very weird thing to comment on. It's like not really. He really is on about my genitals or breasts. Yeah, pretty much. I'm from Australia.
Wow. Okay, I thought it was the only one that picked that up.
nah,
I have friends that are Wiccan, so I don't know.
I have no problem.
He's got friends that are Wiccan, and he's completely willing to wear a Native American headdress at the same time. Okay. Just
Wiccan,
throwing that out
does he
there.
got you like a skull next to the Wiccan? Like, are you a white Wiccan? You a dark Wiccan?
It's fashion, mate. I'm a goth.
So you're afraid to make you're afraid to make an assessment.
She's gonna
based on-
summon some shit on stream,
she's
and it's
like,
gonna
so-
scare Soda.
She's gonna make your balls fall off or something.
I know if I was gonna make your balls fall off, I'd use a knife. Anyway.
I mean, that's
I
what
don't have
women
a problem.
do. Oh, I'm
No.
sorry. Did I say that out loud? Yeah.
What? I don't know what he said. Hang on, come back.
It's gonna scare Soda.
She's gonna make your balls fall off or something. Like,
I mean, that's
I
what
don't have a
women do.
problem.
Oh, I mean that's what women do. Okie dokie. Summoning. Yeah, I would summon some shit on stream. Not gonna lie. But yeah, I don't get why they're obsessed with this idea. Like, there's nothing necessarily aside from wearing a pentagram. There's nothing necessarily inferring I'm a witchy type of streamer anyway. I'm wearing some pretty casual clothing here. Not really putting out much of a witchy vibe. I'm trying to order some more witchy clothes just for the aesthetic. That's it.
Oh, I'm
No.
sorry. Did I say that out loud? Yeah.
And yeah, Wicca is kind of rife with cultural appropriation, honestly.
Sorry.
But- but
And yeah, honestly, Prince, you've made a good point here. People act like every time someone wears a religious symbol, it can't just be because you appreciate the religion. No woman wants to go anywhere near their unwashed smegma-riddled sacks, I can guarantee it. And yet, the female co-host hasn't said anything yet. I wonder why that is.
Let's move on. There's a lot of these.
So here we go. So that's the end of my segment. Let's move on to whoever else. That's where I stopped watching originally. We'll watch a bit more. We won't go all the way into this.
All right. So
Okay.
AF Cage Maru 1980.
Okay, so first of all, they said that this particular segment was entirely about people who post selfies on streamer social media that feature purple in some way. I'm trying to find the purple. I'm honestly just trying to find the purple here. I'm just throwing that out there right now. It's kind of weird that they go from a trans woman to a black man as their first two contestants. Who are the rest of the people that they brought up here, I wonder? Bunch of white folks. Well, I can assume VTuber man over there is a white dude too. I've had that woman friend there didn't care about the sexist comment. Oh yeah, no, she didn't. She didn't give a shit. People like that are so dumb. They go around thinking about trans people but never take the time to have a conversation with one. People like that are a waste of time. She's literally trying to speak and they just talk over her. And I'm gonna keep watching her camera actually, so I can catch that. Because honestly, like I noticed she didn't say anything to that inside. Like I think she said she tried to interject at one point and someone spoke over and she goes, "Oh no, you go," and that was it. She never said anything else. I must have misinterpreted. I thought she did say something about the fact that I might have a snappy attitude, which I do. You're all a bunch of fuckwits. But anyway, oh yeah, she said I'm not her target audience because clearly you dress the way you do to attract thirsty guys, not because I like looking good. Yeah, the way I dress and the way I promo myself is entirely about me. It's about like confidence. I like the way that I like the way that I look. I like the way that I show off. It has some purplish undertones, maybe. It's hard to tell. Anyway, if you want the most disgusting comments, and it's on a Zezra and Catgun. Oh, here we go. Let's get through these. Let's skim through.
I'm digging the
This
fro.
looks like somebody-
Not gonna
yeah.
lie.
I
I'm
gotta
digging the
say,
fro.
I love the mountain man look on this
It's
guy.
fucking kick ass.
And
Mountain
I'm just
man
assuming
look.
he is like a very white boy. You know?
I was thinking Bob Ross.
Bob Ross. What the fuck?
He seems like a really
Stand up and show off what
sincere
exactly?
guy.
Yeah.
I don't see much purple.
You can tell he's an
That's
anime
blue.
fan.
Hang on, come back.
Bob Ross. What the fuck?
He seems like a really a sincere guy.
Yeah.
I don't see much purple.
You
How
can
did-
tell he
How do they tell this shit from a picture? Can I just ask that as well? Also, dude, mispronounce it. It's Kagemaru. It's not Cage Maru, I don't think. Love how self-centered these pricks are. They think all women are here to appeal to them. Pretty much. Yeah, I'd watch him because he has an afro. Oof, dude. Oof. Yeah, a moment ago she raised her finger to interject and they ignored her.
he's
Too.
an anime fan. You can definitely tell he's an anime fan.
Yeah, I don't see a lot of purple. You don't
yeah.
fucking say.
So that's
Definitely.
one strike against him with me. If you like anime, that's it.
I'm not saying the photo is terrible. I think it's got better composition than the previous one.
Why? Better composition? How exactly? What does that mean? Are they comparing him to? Yeah, they literally compare. Like this is the thing that people do with me all of the time. Don't compare me to male celebrities, for example, like was mentioned earlier. In the same way, you wouldn't compare a black dude to a white dude. Why would you do that? I mean, just don't compare people in the first place. Anyway. Anyway. Also, yeah, that honest, I mean, based on his username and based on the artwork, that looks like his own merch he's wearing. I'm just going to say, it looks like his own merch that he's wearing there. I would assume, given the art style, it looks like it's his own merch.
I think with Abigail's, there were so many angles going on that it looks really distracting.
Hang on. So many angles. What angles are we talking about here? What? What kind of angles is she going for? So many angles, it's distracting.
With
I'm gonna bring Oni to my class. See, she's focusing the focal point. She's pointing out the focal.
Bet
Way
you've
to
seen
go.
two photos.
Remember the class. We got a class.
thank you. I went to college in art.
Oops.
Congratulations, you went to college. I know some dumb fucking people who went to college. Believe me.
So do my
Hold
kids,
on.
but they don't pay attention.
Something love.
Ew, soundboard.
I mean, yeah, it looks good. I would like to see more
The angle of my abs. True.
flattering lighting. There's a lot of shadows, and
Yeah, she really doesn't have any ideas about composition, does she? Like, she's just making this up as she goes along.
I want to be able to see more of his features. I want to be
Right.
able to see more of his afro. If he was able to like zoom out, take a step back, or have someone else
This is somebody who has watched someone else talk about photo composition, and they're just appropriating the language without understanding any of it.
take the photo and then crop it with better lighting, I think it will do.
I mean, Wassa, it could just be the upload quality of the video. This was downloaded from YouTube and then re-uploaded, so it could just be low quality for that reason. Could be a blurry photo, but it could just be that the video upload is sketch.
Wonders for everything. Because, I mean, he already has great
I wish she goes back to keeping quiet, fuck.
skin tone.
He's
But
playing the new Pokemon.
And it's also really dark.
And he calls it, shows the
Like he
afro
took the
coat.
photo too quickly.
I think he just took a selfie at arm's distance, and he just had too much to put in that he couldn't fit in the
Right.
shot.
He's got like great locks, so he's got like a lot of hair. We want to see that.
Based off of what I see here, without any context or anything around the post revolving around it, I'd say that he would possibly be somebody that I would consistently watch if the mood struck me.
Right. So it's all
Right,
based
okay.
on the picture pictorial.
Why are these pricks talking like they have a good picture taken somewhere? Dude, I'm going to start taking modeling shots, like high quality modeling shots in like full on, really nice looks put together. I'm going to start scouting some locations. I'll put these motherfuckers to shame.
All these people as streamers, it's irrelevant what they play or stream. But based on their self promotion of themselves.
Hang on.
All based on the picture pictorial. All these people as streamers, it's irrelevant
The picture pictorial? What?
what they play or stream. But based on their self promotion of themselves, that's what we're going by here. So, yeah,
I think
you
if
guys
he
are-
made a logo of his face with his afro and beard, that could be a great branding.
I'm
yeah,
pretty
totally.
sure that's
Like,
his
that could be
merch right
like if they
there
did, like,
on
kind of
his
like
shirt.
an anime picture of just his face. That'd be great.
Because you know this gentleman has seen Afro Samurai. There's no way.
Yeah.
Oh, good lord. Okay. Oh, shit. Okay. You know this man has seen Afro Samurai. That's a remark she just made. I mean, fucking hell, dude.
No doubt in my
Keep in mind, the host of the show goes by Chieftain and wears a Native American headdress and is one of the whitest men I've seen in my life. They all look like they have a Tinder photo holding a fish they caught in a half-assed bio. Yeah, I know, anime and black person equals Afro Samurai, apparently. Because he's black and has an afro? Yeah, right? It's a yike.
mind. I
This Afro looks like the real deal. So
oh yeah.
So?
All right.
Oh.
Exactly. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. I'm waiting to see what they say about this.
This is
Oh.
AK-47. And this is her
The name is so
Hey,
the
Well
name
played.
is the name is so cringe.
I like the name. I thought the name. I think the way it's spelt.
I
You couldn't even spell my name correctly, dipshit.
actually okay,
It's
maybe
cool.
not cringe. It just strikes me as cliche in comparison to what I've seen.
This channel is called Lagging Out Gaming Entertainment. For the record. It's cliche. And yeah, she is gorgeous. I'm fucking envying the wings over here.
I am kind of surprised it made it through Twitch. I mean, I'm sure her name is
Facebook?
actually probably Kay, but
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised Twitch allowed that just because some people get really wily around firearms. Okay.
Yeah.
It's just a weird... honestly, Liz, that seems like that's pretty much exactly what this is. A weird right-wing thing where they decided to bully random marginalized streamers. So yeah, so far, what have we had? We've had a transgender woman. We've had a black man. Now we've got a POC woman. I'm just saying, it's very curious the way they've picked these people. Well, this is the thing, Wassa. These people are streaming on YouTube, so that's even weirder, is they've gone on to a Twitch streamer group, taken these selfies, taken them over to YouTube to do their stream away from Twitch, away from the platform. I feel like if this was on Twitch, they would have gotten their account banned because this kind of content is actually doesn't fly. Anyway, Yeah, it's not even good bullying. It's very underhanded bullying, honestly. Almost like they knew Twitch would. Well, the channel is built on YouTube in the first place. Twitch is too purple for them. They don't like purple. Anyway.
It's an opposite.
What's
So
your
I'm-
tattoo?
I'm
Take your
gonna
shot,
go
though.
out.
Too much purple?
Oh yeah, oversat.
Who fucking cares about purple? What the fuck? They had AEF Kagemaru to be able to say, look, we aren't racist. Oh, and then they made a bunch of remarks. Like, the chick literally made the comment of, like, you know this dude's seen Afro Samurai. Like,
Saturated with purple, but
Okay. She is a purple person. So
I
she
will
goes with
say-
the whole genre.
this guy's just given us a category we didn't ask for. It's like when someone on Twitter puts you in a list. I got this recently from some random troll account. Someone made a list on Twitter and put me in it that was called pedophiles. Like, wow, thanks, Edgelord. Good job. Good on you with that one, dickhead. It's the same kind of thing. This guy's just categorized us as the purple people. It's like, thanks. What do you expect? But do you expect kudos for that? We'll do a couple more of these and then we'll move on to another segment, I think.
I'm gonna take a stab in the dark here and think that maybe she's one of the FPS players, just based off of her name.
Maybe, yeah. She
At
might
least
be
that
a
one
big
makes
player, yeah.
sense.
You'd be
Fortnite.
shocked how many women
Some-
play FPSs, so.
Fortnite is
Bro, holy shit. You'd be shocked how many women play FPSs. Fucking hell, what year is it? What year is it? It's... Did he just call Fortnite an FPS? I hate when they do that. Do you know what the F in FPS stands for? It stands for first person, as in behind the eyes. Fortnite is a third person shooter.
gonna be my guess. So much purple.
There you go. Also,
Um,
guys, if you want to like send them a follow and like maybe message them, let them know that we were actually doing stuff to help promote them.
No, you fucking weren't, you loser. Piss off. Fortnite person shooter. And honestly, the guy in the sunglasses doesn't look like a high school jock. He looks like a high school incel. He looks like the kind of guy that goes on to 4chan and complains about the fact that none of the bitches he wants to fuck want to fuck him. Fags playing Souls. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. I'm using it in reference to myself. It's okay.
You guys can go do that. It's up to you.
Fucking
I put the
pretentious
link in there to
shitheads.
help the streamers
Yeah, first off, don't contact them. Now, contact them.
because we're all about helping other streamers at Lagging Out. So,
Yeah, sure you are. Yeah, okay. We really want your help, douchebag.
here's some context. They have no idea I'm doing this.
Yeah, exactly. So why are you doing it, mate? This is the problem that we and that I and everyone else involved in this discussion have with you, mate. Is you didn't ask any of us. You just took our pictures and decided to have this fun little segment with you and your cronies without asking any of us. This is the issue, you dickhead. You're not helping promote us by any stretch of the imagination. You're literally just criticizing our photos without our consent. These aren't memes that you're looking at. Okay? These are promo photos that streamers have posted out there so that other people can see them. They're not for you to put on your stream and then make critiques of.
So,
Looks like she plays Deathloop. I actually want to check out Deathloop. It's made by the people who made Dishonored, and I love Dishonored. Use Twitch and draw a circle on his double chin. Just went in a channel and dropped him a follow.
to
Badass.
make it like a positive thing is what we're trying to do. It's like, okay, maybe a little too much purple here, but I think the promo's fine. But I have a huge issue with taking selfies with a photo long ways. I just don't like it.
Who the fuck cares? That's what this could hold. This whole segment could be summed up as. Who the fuck gives a shit what your opinion of how someone takes a photo is? Nobody asked. Literally nobody asked, mate.
It's just
Seems tacky to me, but that might just be the old head in me.
yeah.
What's tacky about
I
it?
I always yell at my students for doing that, but
Oh, gross. This guy's responsible for students.
What I will
That's honestly really disturbing to me. This guy's responsible for students. Students in what capacity? Is he like a school teacher or a uni teacher? What's... Gross. Ew. I just don't like it. Nobody gives a Trumper's left testicle what you like. Exactly. Yell at my students. The stealth and combat in Deathloop is pathetically easy from what you've seen. That's a pain. Yeah, what kind of thing can he teach? There isn't a difficulty slider? That's weird. I wonder why that is.
Say as far as critique, I'll give her points for definitely presentation. I'll call it that. To me it looks like she's got great makeup going on. The pose is definitely appealing. Too much purple has already been said, but
photo long ways.
What about you? Too much beige in the background. Like, at least purple's an interesting color, dipshit.
I mean, it makes sense. You've got a really great view.
Cleavage in there.
Of course, the guy had to make the comment about the cleavage.
You've got a really great view of her hair. But then, with the way the...
Too much chins and neck. Fuck. Sorry, but I can't not laugh at that with these fuckwits.
The type of shirt she's wearing, it's going to make her neck and her collarbone kind of stand out a little bit. So whatever cleavage she does or does not have is irrelevant because it's going to be defined anyways. Subtly, it's not going to be in your face. It's not a V-neck, but it's just that soft swoop. So it's still soft-ish, but because of lighting, it does give it a little bit of a sharpness to it.
What the fuck does any of that even mean? Yeah, that's a V-neck. That's literally a V-neck. And no, we're not doing a neck reveal because I like my chokers too much. Need some cleavage in your face. Yeah, gatekeeping closed. They've just, like... These people, honestly, are really, really concerned with their own opinions to such a ridiculous degree about other people's appearances. And that's just... No matter what way you swing it, that's always cringe. No matter what way you swing it, that's always cringe.
So okay. I think I know why she took that type of photo. It is flattering. I mean,
She took that type of photo because she likes the way she looks in it.
You get a really great view of her face and her hair and pose. And I think I see some tattoos, so it makes sense.
That's not even a think. That's definitely confirmed.
I am looking on a screen.
That's a fraction of the size of mine, I know.
I don't know what the thing stands for. She's got a Y and...
Oh, I could be super mean on their appearances all the live long day. Believe me. Just like Mr. Milk Toast over here. Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's just a normal selfie. There's nothing to critique about this. You people are not photo critics.
MRA tattoo. I don't know that.
I think that's a portion of a tattoo, so it's kind of hard to tell. That's definitely a 0.
Eva.
Oh, here we go. Azezra. Here we go. Apparently there were some comments made here. Oh, what's going to happen? Goat warned us about Azezra, I think. Don't have the energy to type out all your comments about these assholes. Save your energy.
Azera.
Oh, the nerd look.
The VTuber guy has said some stuff. Nothing worth listening to, though. Yeah, she looks great. Exactly. So has everyone so far, including me.
Yeah.
I love the focal length. The background's blurry and her foreground's clear. I think this is like the best one so far.
She set her camera up correctly.
What are they on to think people would be just fine with what they're doing? Exactly. It's cringy. Yeah, the nerd look, because she has glasses. Right? I'm sorry, that doesn't read nerd to me at all. That reads woman wearing glasses. If she moved her glasses.
One thing I don't think that's helping her is the position of her glasses.
Here we go.
Now, again, this is me saying as someone who does wear glasses, has been through that before. Glasses tall.
Thank you, Nova, for that.
Over towards your eyes.
I'd simp.
Hello, Clara. How you going? Are hoodies nerdy? Yeah, apparently. If you wear a hoodie and if you have hoodies and you wear them out, you're a fucking nerd.
I'd simp.
Because
I'd simp. I'd simp, he says. Discount Slevin Calavera says I'd simp.
Has such thick lens.
Oh, got a tag wrong. There's an underscore at the end, of course. Of course. None of these idiots were paying any attention when they put this little scheme together. The foreground is sharp, the background is blurry. Yeah, that's how cameras work.
Because she's got a thicker frame, it's kind of covering up her eyes, and I don't want that to cover up her eyes. I'd like to be able to see more of her eyes.
I'm pretty sure she most definitely thought about the position of her glasses when she took this photo. Just looking at this photo alone, I can guarantee you Azezra put everything into place to make this photo look exactly how she wanted it to. Because generally speaking, that's how I fucking do it. And it doesn't take that long either. People choreograph their photos, right? And yeah, she looks lovely. She looks fucking grand, you know? So your comment, your opinion is irrelevant. Yeah, exactly. I can see the whole eye. What's she going on about?
But again, that's one of those things you just fight glasses with, so I get it. Still a very cute book.
I like their hoodie. Yeah, the hoodie's
I'd
great.
be on a maybe. Definitely.
This is, I think Dingbat over here is now talking about would he watch that. He's like, I think maybe. And it's like, is that what he's referring to? Because I just realized I don't think they've mentioned much about would I watch this person stream on the last streamer. And then before that was Kagemaru, wasn't it? So they mentioned would they watch me or Kagemaru. They didn't mention if they would watch the previous one, whose name escapes me, AK. And then now we're on Azezra. Was there another one in there? I forget.
Quality picture. Some context for the chat is 2 of the 4 of us are teachers, instructors in visual effects. So
Wow, cool. Who cares?
they know what
Why are you criticizing random streamer promo photos? Nobody asked.
they're talking about. Me being one of the 2 that don't have a clue when it comes to that. I'm a tech nerd. I'm not a graphics nerd. And then that one, that one. There you go. That one is an art student, so she knows what she's talking about.
She's a fucking bad art student then, Jesus Christ. As the daughter of an art teacher, an art student and art teacher, her comments on composition are fucking dog shit. Jesus Christ. Yeah, none of these use VFX because they're actual people. Stay in your lane, bro.
Sorry, apologies. Graduated.
She's
art student.
she's a costume professional, I guess. That costuming,
Visual
But
effects.
official-
Yes,
I
I am now
honestly
since I
don't-
got hired.
What's that?
New job for a week.
I like this photo because it looks like some time and thought was put into it.
Where is his chin? I'm just curious where top left's chin is. Like, you can tell he's got the goatee because he has no chin to speak of. He is a chinless wonder.
It's a quality shot.
I think I'm sure. What's that?
His like it just connects immediately to his neck. There's no chin.
I say it's a quality shot.
It is.
Now-
Even
now-
if it was photoshopped, it looks like it is because I just noticed here. Look right here.
On her.
So fucking what, dude?
See that little blur right there?
Yep, I
That's
see it
That
now.
masked out like
Yeah.
she actually missed the hair. So that is
Yeah.
actually a forced blur. So this
So
is
what?
a post effect.
Who
So
cares?
what she did
Still, it's
like
quality.
Here it's clear.
Please remind me what Dunning-Kruger is. I keep forgetting what Dunning-Kruger is. Ms. Pick Me just screams Dunning-Kruger effect every time she uses art terminology.
But right here, it's you see that's a common mistake.
Like, honestly, this entire segment could just be summed up as who cares, and we're only reacting to it because it's amusing.
That like I know Soda has seen this before because we've all done this.
Masking.
But yeah,
Yeah,
but
that's it, right?
even with that, like I just noticed it. I like what she did when she blurred the background. It's more appealing. You can't even see my arrow. Yeah.
I might actually start taking my promo photos with my camera instead of my phone, just for the hell of it, by the way. I don't know.
It's easier to focus on her.
Right. It's like her face, it takes up the top half, which is a very strong feature for her. And she's covered
would
up,
say.
which it doesn't bother me because I see her face and
She's covered up, but it doesn't bother me because I can see her face. What are you getting at there, buddy? What you getting at there, buddy? She's covered up. What do you mean by that, buckaroo?
appealing, and even the way her hair flows around makes a circle, so you can it attracts you to her face and what she looks like for the promotion. So it's very well done, and the composition.
I think so, yeah.
In my opinion, Soda. What do you think?
VFX artist and an art student, and none of them have figured out what Gaussian blur is. Face cam to the right and more under the username. I can do that. Yeah, that would make more sense. There we go. We can put me over here. Thank you for the tip. There we go.
in a hero.
Got a good focal point.
It's a very,
Yeah.
very, very good focal point. I think it's the best photo we've seen so far, in my opinion.
Yeah, I definitely
I
would
was-
agree. Even
Because
if
her
the
face is
'cause
appealing, yeah.
I didn't notice it at all at first, but yeah, I can definitely see now in every. I notice it now that you've pointed it out that it was, post effects were done.
Yeah. That's the
Um,
25 years of Photoshop experience.
25 years of Photoshop experience. Didn't know what Gaussian blur was. Okie doke.
Well, again, I am one of the four, probably the only.
You know what pisses me off is these people have a little ad thing down here, right where my little support things are. By the way, you should go support my stream on Patreon, Coffee, or Fanhouse. But they've got little things they've got a little ad banner down here that actually has sponsors on it. That pisses me off.
Only one that's non-art
Where are my
related in my
sponsors?
profession.
Fuck these
It's
cunts.
fine,
Well,
but everyone's
see-
got an opinion. So
But when I teach photography class, they're not allowed to Photoshop.
Oh boy, here we go. They've got Briarfire. Oh boy, what's impressive is that's impressive. What is this crossover project? Oh yeah, Berserk sponsor when? Fuck yeah. Yeah, I mean, I could reach out to Berserk now. Maybe hook up like a promo code thing. I don't think I'm big enough to justify them doing an actual sponsor deal, but maybe.
Well, because they got to learn the basics first. You got to learn the basics before you start,
What is this like O face that dude's making over here? Yeah, goat, exactly. Is he like blowing his load right now because he saw a picture of Briarfire? Is that what that's about? What's his deal? What's he doing that for? Add a black box over their sponsors.
dicking around with it.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to keep making posts on Twitter. No, Briar, I don't think Briar's problematic. I've never heard anything problematic about Briar. So I might just keep making posts about my like gothy looks, and I'll tag Berserk in them. Maybe bottom left is really feeling it. Yeah, it's everything I've heard about Briarfire is just awesome.
Everything else. You want them to focus on how to actually do it.
What?
It doesn't sound like any of you know how to actually do it. What do your fucking promo photos look like, you dumb cunts? Here's a question for you. What do their promo photos fucking look like?
The hell did you find? I have no tit. Is that what that says?
Yes.
Yeah, it says I have no tits.
Yeah, that's a pretty common t-shirt. They make those. They've been around for a while now. I saw people wearing those back in like 2006.
That is fucking perfect though, because it's like yeah, get over it. I'm wearing a tank top.
So for all of the going on about women showing cleavage or being covered up, all of a sudden you're in favor of, yeah, I'm wearing a tank top? Yeah, he's trying to save it with those comments. Exactly, yeah. And honestly, Wassa, probably the promo codes thing. Yeah, exactly. Would love a top like that after you have top surgery. That'd be fucking awesome, honestly. Rogue Energy, add that to the list of G Fuel alternatives I ain't touching. Honestly, I feel like a lot of these people who've got these sponsorships generally are the ones that reach out to those companies, and the companies just genuinely don't care as long as they're getting someone buying their products. You want to know tits tag? They're pretty easy to find.
Fuck you. I'm promoting my shit. I think it's a very brave thing to do. Even though
Okay,
he does
I will
that.
give this woman points.
Hell,
So it's a very brave thing to do, and yet they gave me critique for equipment I may or may not have. These people don't have a leg to stand on.
yeah.
High point value
And yeah, they're selective as fuck about how they act. They absolutely are.
for just drawing attention. That's an attention grabber. The
Yeah.
RBF
And
the
she's covered
RBF
up.
is strong with this one. The RBF is
The RBF. They went after me first. Yeah, I was the first one. It was this photo that I didn't give them consent to use, for the record. Oh yeah, it's a non-ironic air horn. Yeah, what's the RBF?
very strong with this one. Resting bitch face. If you
Oh, there we go. I forgot that RBF was resting bitch face. Yeah. Again, nobody asked for your misogyny, you fat cunt.
didn't catch that,
Yeah. Thank you for. I didn't know what you were talking about for a second. Thank you.
She
just
does
that
look
shirt
angry.
though has got me.
Oh, fuck it.
I
Chill out, Nikocado.
think it's a brave thing to do.
I guess
Nowadays with Twitch, I guess, yeah.
She's like,
I can
"Get
tell
over it.
she's
I'm
a music fan.
The
Actually,
link.
What the fuck is a music fan? I really just like, whenever somebody's like, oh, this person's a music fan, dude, everyone listens to fucking music. Unless you literally cannot hear, and even then, there are plenty of deaf people who are fond of music because they can feel it or they have other ways of listening to it. People who like music is just like, music is one of those socially pervasive things that you cannot escape, quite frankly. A music fan, that says nothing. It's like being a sports ball fan, but he's saying it unironically. What music in particular? Who doesn't like music? It's that one cunt in the back who's like, yeah, I like music, play anything, and you play anything that isn't radio pop, and they say, turn it off. I love drinking water. Maybe he means Madonna's album Music, maybe. Chill out, Nika Carter. Look, unironically, I mean, I know, it's bad. It's fat-phobic. But just like, when these people are making the decision to mock other people's appearances, I'm gonna mock the fuck out of theirs, honestly. Just like, I don't give a shit, you know? Because you know they're insecure about that. You know this douchebag up in the top left is insecure about his lack of a chin, leafy with a beard. Anyway, moving on.
She's like, get over it. I'm a chick. I have boobs. Yeah, get over it.
Yeah, exactly. So, what about all the other chicks where you were commenting on their boobs? Get over it.
Like, I'm doing a stream.
I just don't like how dark it is.
Oh, the background?
Because
it's not even a full beard. This guy can't grow a full beard. Garen fucking to you. He tries to grow a full beard. It looks like, well, he over there tries to grow a full beard. It's scraggly nonsense. I could grow a better beard than him.
starters,
And I've had full facial laser.
well, the background's
Why is he wearing sunglasses? Because that's his brand. His branding is wearing sunglasses indoors. Looks like a human thumb. Rightio, Prince. Have a good one. Woman in the top right corner literally looks like she's disagreeing with him at each turn and only speaks up to make some stupid, dumb criticism that makes no sense. Yeah. Honestly, yes. Unironically. And yeah, the background is dark on purpose so that you focus on the foreground. Pretty much, yeah, exactly. It's too dark. That's the point. That's literally the point of this photo. Just judging. I'm gonna judge Briar right now and say the photo is bright in the foreground and the dark in the background to draw your eyes to the foreground. That's the point. That is the composition of the photo. Person who claims to know everything about composition of photos.
fine, but you can tell there's a lot of shadow even on this shoulder of hers. So
Fine.
What is the point of this exercise? Like,
it makes her kind of fade into the background. And the other thing is, with the way her hair is dyed, the pink is showing up fine. I mean, obviously it's a bright color, but because the purple is in shadow,
The value's too low.
it's still really dark. So it's not. It's
so
making her
people don't
faded
want you to stare in the
background
back of their
too.
room. Yeah,
So
pretty
like
much.
maybe a rim light on the purple side would actually
Excuse
make
me.
her hair pop on that side.
I think
Which-
that would
Definitely.
help. The background doesn't. That the background can be dark, but the fact that she is not as well defined as she could be, I don't think is doing her any favors.
This is like a master chef going, yes, these mashed potatoes taste very potatoey. Pretty much like just, holy shit, like none of these comments are relevant to anything ever. This is just like the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. These people are supposedly educational professionals, right? Or at least like one of them has a graduate degree, two of them are one of them's got an art degree, two of them are teaching visual design or something like that, and one of them's a tech dude. And this is some of the dumbest shit I've heard in my life. What the fuck is wrong in academia to make people so dumb? A graduate degree in what? Being a cunt? Listen here, you pencil neck failure of an art student. I hope you can hear my girlfriend laughing right now because that's how fucking hilarious this whole thing is. Thank you, Chloe, for giving us this, by the way. This boon.
And I feel like that pose looks very awkward for her. So
It might
I would
be, but
Give me a sec, I'll
it
just
looks like
drag
a
it.
perspective shot, though, with the way she kind of has one side in the foreground, her left side in the background. I'm looking at it reverse, so I could be wrong.
I think that's a post fill effect, a blur effect too.
Yeah. I will say that I think she is a music fan for sure. Her screen
Definitely,
name.
She's a metalhead. That's like extra points for me.
Yeah, her screen name strikes me as she must be a Blackbriar fan.
Briarfire.
Sorry.
Or her name was Briarfire, or maybe her name is a derivative of that first part.
What are these connections?
Yeah, I think she's a Blackbriar fan. But yeah, I might go.
Oh, here we go. We got to Chloe. We got to watch Chloe's segment because I know they've said some shit here. Holy fuck. Seriously, can they shut the fuck up and talk about something worth talking about? No, because they don't have any content. They've got no intellectual commentary to make.
Check her out sometime. Oh, too much.
She promotes all the time, Chloexo. She
This is the thing. I guarantee you, Chloe doesn't promote that often. I'm in the same streamer groups he's talking about. Chloe doesn't promote that often. The issue is posts like Chloe's, posts like mine, other posts and all that actually get engagement because we make our posts interesting and we talk about things and we actually make some sort of commentary that's relevant to the actual stream or the community or anything like that that gets attention, right? And they said her name wrong. Of course they did. For once, they said something minorly relevant. A rim light would have made her hair pop more, but it isn't too important in the grand scheme of things. Exactly. And yeah, like, the reason that they'll say, oh, these people post all the time, it's like, no, my posts keep getting interaction, so you keep seeing them bumped up in the algorithm is the problem. If you're interacting with streamer groups, you'll see certain posts at the top of the category because people keep liking and commenting and all that. Anyway, we'll watch Chloe's bit and then we'll call it on this.
He promotes all the time in Facebook gaming groups. Extra points for the nano leaf lights in the background. Those are great.
Yeah, that's how social media works.
I
That's
think
how media
25
works.
of
Wow.
them are $500. And,
Is that what those are? That
yeah,
white
they're called-
strip?
Yeah, well, it's a multicolor, but yeah, like what they are is like they're connected, and you can change colors with it. Braided Bandit has them.
I wouldn't mind some of them for my empty space over there on the
And,
wall.
they're blown out in the shot because the aperture is too bright. Everything is very bright in the scene, so they're kind of blown out. So it looks like they're a blue color from over her shoulder there where the mirror is. You can
I
see
think
it's like a
blue,
little-
yellow, and green.
You can change it. You have like smart blocks in there. I think I'm not sure if I think they're the triangles. They come in 3 shapes: triangles, hexagons, and squares. And you can organize them and plug them in any way you want. She preferred to put them in a line. You could put them in any decoration she wants. Extra points for what I think are the Funko Pops in the back, or those G Fuel bottles. I can't tell.
I think
Why did he suddenly get a New Jersey accent? Where does this come from? May I'm walking here. I think the background actually works in favor of bringing her to the focus of the contrast and saturation. There's Chloe. How you doing, Chloe? Smart blocks have more brain cells than all 4 of these dickwits.
one side G Fuel and one side.
Ooh,
Spot.
9 Inch Nails. Fucking pog.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
So she looks kind of surprised here. I think
I-
she's looking at herself in the on the monitor and not at the camera.
I'm looking at
So
Nano
I would
Leafs
like
now.
to see her look at the camera and engage the audience a little bit more. Pink, purple. It's
It's a promo photo. Why does she need to look at the camera necessarily? You don't have to.
little overkill.
Wait.
Hang on.
Pink, purple. It's a little overkill.
No, it's fucking not.
Wait.
It's more interesting than your color scheme, dipshit. Look at how boring this setup is, by the way, with their whole thing. Look at how fucking dull and dross their color scheme is on the street. Who would watch this shit in the first place?
But the
Overkill.
mic is kick-ass. I like those edgy mics. And I'm not sure if that hair is real or not, but I like the blonde look on her. Looks
Are
good.
her ears pointed? Does she have
No.
crops on her
No.
ears?
They don't
No.
have one.
And the
Because
chair
that's
is,
what kind of.
and the
It's
chair is
natural.
secret. From what it looks like, the chair is secret lab. I'm not sure.
Who cares?
I have a critique, and it's super,
Oh no, she has the token woman has a critique. What are we gonna hear?
super minor because it's one of those
Angel
things.
wings
that-
too heavy, but yeah.
Bullshit. Those wings, fuck it. I want to impale me on those wings, please. Those are incredible.
I feel like with the light in the background, the shape is really odd. If she were doing the rule of thirds and she had that curve in the
I feel like this person. I feel like this person looked up a bunch of like half-handed articles about art theory and knows a bunch of artsy terms but hasn't actually gone and got a degree and did like some online course about art design or something. Like, I feel like she's genuinely just throwing around theory terminology with regards to art and hasn't actually studied it, and is just a chronic narcissist who is obsessed with this idea of, yes, actually, I'm highly educated. I went to college for art design.
Left third to balance out that she was in the center third and the microphone was in the right third. I think that makes sense.
I'm gonna cry right now because
Listen. I'm gonna go get my medical degree. Right, I'm gonna spend the next 13 years becoming a pathologist. Then I'm going to get on Twitch and just make commentaries about things that are totally irrelevant.
Tony knows what
I'm gonna go through the whole process of getting a degree and then come on Twitch and just start commenting on things I know nothing about.
the rule of thirds is.
He's like, she gets you like every time Oni speaks. I almost wish he was in one of my classes.
Me too. That was so hard to teach people.
Which is the ultimate compliment, Oni. So, but yeah.
I feel like if she was in one of your classes, Chief, she might call you an asshole in the middle of class.
I've got called Hey, I have got called asshole plenty.
I got called. I was wrong.
Probably because you're assholes, I would dare say.
Wrong and not know what I was talking about.
And that too.
But yeah, go ahead, Oni.
Professors don't know any. Oh yeah, sorry.
With the light, also, it's just touching like the top of the edge of the screen, which I know, especially in graphic arts, it's basically considered a no-no.
It's a promo selfie. What the fuck do you want? Do you think people are spending like 16 hours a day composing these? Cunt. Anyway.
It's just not appealing. It causes way too much tension. It's just one of those things that the human brain doesn't like to see. So if she were able to change the shape or lower it a little bit, or even maybe move it to the side.
Sorry, Chloe, you have to rearrange your entire room to suit this person's arbitrary design standards, which make no sense.
Sort of wrap it so that it kind of draws the interest through her stream screen. I feel like that could probably work out for her, but
yeah.
I also don't know the shape of the room.
Says the person sitting in what looks like their bathroom.
I don't know what kind of logistical things she's battling.
Right,
so.
and she does a lot of...
Come back, hang on.
Shape of the room. I don't know what kind of logistical things she's battling.
Logistical things she's battling.
Right,
So.
and she does a lot of photos in the Facebook group I belong in. She actually had some more recent
The Facebook group you used to belong in, you got kicked out, you dumb fuck.
ones that were really good, but I didn't have time to pull them. So, like, she does a lot of great photos.
Y'all should follow Chloe anyway. I mean, I'm going to raid Chloe soon. I think he got kicked out. I'm pretty sure. Like, the post got deleted, and I'm pretty sure he wasn't in the group when I tried to tag him in something.
This is the first one I grabbed, but she does a
You
lot of good
didn't link
ones.
her Twitch.
The reverb is also that of a bathroom. Definitely sounds it, doesn't it?
Huh?
You didn't
I
link
thought
her.
I did.
Twitch. You linked
See,
the other
but
one.
another thing to help is just tilting the camera up just slightly. She would still be in a great...
Name is spelt wrong, too. Yeah, they didn't get enough E's in there. Like, why are they so bad at this?
He's like, you didn't do the
Let's be
Twitch.
fixed.
Fucking creep.
Hey, this is a critique that may or may not make a difference.
It's not a critique. Don't call it a critique. Don't dumb down the definition of critique because none of you people have any.
Oni and Soda, please correct me if I'm pointing out the wrong thing. I feel like that mirror isn't doing her any favors.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck off. Okay. Wait till the end when her 3G Wait, seriously? Does her 3G go out at the end? Oh, fuck, that's hilarious. Anyway, I'm about done with these people, I think, for now. Thank you, Chloe, for getting that footage for us, because... And just as a reminder, here's how hot I fucking am. So we're clear. Let me just fix my camera positioning. Transform. Reset transform. There we go. Anywho. Throw random art terms around to sound smart and fail miserably. Pretty much. Anyway, that was fun. That was a segment. That was interesting. Let's move on to some news or something, though. Actually, it's 10:35. I might take a break because we're like basically halfway through the stream. So I'm going to take a quick break, go take a leak, and we might... Oh, where's my news? I closed my news. We've got some news articles I do want to cover tonight, so let's do that. But as of right now, let me just get our music going. And yeah, we're all dumber for having watched that. Sorry, folks. I didn't mean to do that to you. Anyway, I'll be back in just a short while. Enjoy each other for a moment. Enjoy each other's lovely company. And we'll talk about Dave Chappelle. That'll be fun. What's up, you absolute fuckwits? I'm back. How's it going? Welcome back in. Oh, hang on. Let me turn the gain down on the music, because the music... I didn't realize I turned that filter on before. Give me a sec. I put my hair out because it was annoying me. Anyway. Oh, there we go. Alright. We're done reacting to dipshits for now. Sorry if you wanted more React stream. Abby Berserk sponsorship win. I'm gonna hit him up. Because fuck it, why not? They're following me on Twitter. I'm following them back. I can DM them and just be like, hey, what are the odds of getting some kind of dealio going on here? Know what I mean? I mean, this is from Berserk. This is from Berserk. This is not. This is from Outer Peace Gear on Etsy, who are super fucking cool, because we fucked up the shipping thing when I first ordered my Pride ring. And they sent me another one, like the most based motherfuckers on the planet. Even if it's just free clothes for a plug. Honestly, yeah, I'd do it. I mean, if they sent me something, if they sent me some gear to promo Berserk, I'd do it. Hell yeah. I want some more boots. Hello, Frasley, how you going? I mean, hell, I was just thinking, I'm going to start a collection of fucking big stompies like these. Because, like, look at them. You can't see them very well, but they got pockets. I want some stompies that have got, like look at this. Look at how tall I am. Hang on. Like... I am intimidatingly large in these things. I love stompies. Stompies are good. Oh, and I feel like... Okay, I'm just going to regale you with this. And I tried to fix my hair up so I wouldn't have any hairline showing. Because, you know, I'm dysphoric about that. So don't comment on it, you fuckwits, like those losers we just reacted to. Yeah, as I was going to say... I'm not adjusted to the 5-inch platforms I'm sitting in. So I went to pee, and being that I'm a chick, I sit to pee. And I wasn't prepared for, like, I've got this mental image in my head of how to sit when I go to sit on the toilet. And I didn't account for the extra 5 inches. So when I went to sit down, I sort of sunk into the toilet seat for a second, which was kind of terrifying. As you might expect. At any rate. Step on me hard. Oh, I will. She's making me a hot chockey, by the way. No, I haven't ever fallen into the bowl, but it felt like I was about to. Oh, I didn't put my swords in. Hang on. My girlfriend told me to put my swords in. And I didn't do it, which is really mean, because she bought them for me. Yeah, I didn't account for the extra 5 inches. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Say no more, say no more. Steppy weppy, you want me, ooh. What is this stream? What is this audience I've cultivated of absolute demons? Devilish people. Here's the Killstar earrings I got. From Berserk as well. Killstar is fucking awesome. I could live with Killstar. Just Killstar. Anything Killstar. I love their catalog. I love their kit. It's so cute. You might go to bed, Radio Fox. Have a good one. These are sick AF. I saw them and I'm like, fuck, I need those. And my girlfriend's just like, I'll get them for you. So she got them for me. I can't believe, like that particular stream, those people reacting to my selfie. I've never been more insulted in my life. Suggesting I play Apex. What the fuck? No hate to anyone who plays Apex, but what the fuck? Apex. I'm a Soul streamer, thank you very much. Also, I will be streaming Visage on Halloween week leading up. So that'll be a thing. We'll do Visage. Because I got it on Game Pass and I figure I've been wanting to play it for ages. So Halloween week we'll do Visage. Let me just actually, really quickly, let me look it up. How long has Sydney been in lockdown? How long is Visage? About 8 to 10 hours. You can also obtain an ending in just 1 hour, while completionists will be playing for 15 to 20. So I'm thinking... Yeah, like I won't be streaming on actual Halloween night, but from the 25th to the 29th, I'll be doing a week of just playing Visage. Or at least we'll give Visage a go, and if we finish it, we'll move on to, like, I think there are a couple of other horror games I want to check out. Or I could finish Little Nightmares, which would be good. So yeah, last week of this month, we'll be doing Halloween streams. You might be delighted to know that you're painting your bedroom black at this very moment. I am fucking envious at that. I have always wanted a room with just jet black walls. It's such a vibe. Or red. Jet black or like blood red walls would be awesome. Anyway. Shall we do some news? Shall we do some actual news? Let's do this. Let's do this one, which will be great, because I know everybody's been ranting and raving about Chappelle and his latest special, The Closer, which we did sort of cover a bit of yesterday. But this is interesting. This is on The Verge. Netflix suspends trans employee who tweeted about the Dave Chappelle special. I think we did go over this Twitter thread. If not, we can go over it again. Internally, trans employees and allies are asking executives tough questions about the line between commentary and hate. Netflix has suspended a trans employee who tweeted about Dave Chappelle's comedy special, The Closer. In the stand-up set, which was released on October 5th, Chappelle doubles down on his jokes about LGBTQ groups. The next day, Netflix software engineer Tara Field tweeted about Chappelle, writing that the comedian attacks the trans community and the very validity of transness in the special. And this is a really good thread that you should all go and take a look through. I'll just copy it here because it's a very good thread, worth reading. But we'll just read the first one. I work at Netflix. Actually, we could go through this again, I think. So, hello, Evie, how you going? I work at Netflix. Yesterday, we launched another Chappelle special. Thank you, darling. I got hot chucky. Pardon? Okay, cool. Anyway. I don't think he ends the special by calling himself a TERF, but he does at some point in the special say he is Team TERF. And he says gender is a fact and all this kind of stuff. But yes, he does call himself a TERF. But anyway, we'll go through Tara's thread. I think we already read through it, but we'll do it again. Yesterday, we launched another Chappelle special where he attacks the trans community and the very validity of transness, all while trying to pit us against other marginalized groups. You're going to hear a lot of talk about offense. We are not offended. Being trans is actually pretty funny if you're someone who actually knows about the subject matter. And if you are familiar with ContraPoints, you might have seen her video, The Darkness. If you have not, I highly recommend it, because on the subject, she talks about Ricky Gervais and the topic of how transness can be hilarious if you are someone who has the experience. We've discussed this before, but Contra's video does a great job of breaking it down. How could volunteering for a second puberty not be funny? That isn't what he is doing, though. Our existence is funny to him, and when we object to his harm, we're offended. The problem is that people are responding to something we never said. We aren't complaining about being offended, and we don't have thin skin. You try going to a pharmacy and have them call you sir in front of everyone while you pick up your estradiol. Thin skin. What we object to is the harm that content like this does to the trans community, especially trans people of color, and very specifically black trans women. People who look like me aren't being killed. I'm a white woman. I get to worry about Starbucks writing Tara on my drink. Promoting TERF ideology, which is what we did by giving it a platform yesterday, directly harms trans people. It is not some neutral act. This is not an argument with two sides. It is an argument with trans people who want to be alive and people who don't want us to be. This all gets brushed off as offense, though, because if we're just too sensitive, then it is easy to ignore us. I'm surprised I haven't had anyone call me unironically hysterical yet today. So who does this harm? Why don't we go over the list of some people from the US who aren't offended by Dave Chappelle's special? And now there's a whole thing. I won't go through all of these, but it is worth going through all of these. She specifically mentions a whole bunch of trans people. I'm fairly certain they're all trans people of color who have been murdered. Are they all murders? I'm not sure if they're all murders. I think they are, actually. I think this is specifically about transphobic violence, and specifically about transphobic BIPOC violence. So, anyway, yeah, it's all murders. It's all killings of people in the trans community, which is a bit grim. I have read through all of them. I recommend you do, but, you know, we probably don't have the time to go through all of it. Had an emergency room loudly dead name you after you quietly handed them your ID. Oh, gross. Had that happen to me at a pharmacy? That's awful. I'm just, like, I feel like really... This is annoying. This is an annoying thing. I'm going to bitch for a minute. I have had such a good go of things with my transition, and I feel really privileged to speak from the perspective of somebody who hasn't really had much in the way of IRL misgendering or dead naming. Aside from, like, maybe very early on, when, like, family members, namely my mother, was struggling to get my name and pronouns correct. Now she's good with it. You know, now she's reasonably good with it. She doesn't slip up. But, like, generally, like, what has applied for me specifically is, like, I reached a certain point where I was sitting in line for the pathologist to get my blood taken. And, the nurse came out and said, okay, who's next? Oh, my God. And there was an older woman, and we were wearing masks, like, you know, during COVID and all that. We were both wearing masks. I had my hair down. I wasn't really dressed particularly femme, but this old lady pointed down the hall to me sitting in my chair, and she goes, "Oh, she's next." And that blew my fucking mind. I didn't think I was passing at all. Of course, I'm wearing a mask in that circumstance, but no makeup. I just had my hair down. And yeah, this old lady's just like, "Oh, I think she's next." And that was just crazy to me. And generally speaking, since then, and that was months and months and months ago. That was like late last year. So not even really that deep into my transition, honestly. I feel really weird because, at least in real life face-to-face interactions, I haven't been met with much transphobia, or I haven't been met with much people fucking up with regards to my gender identity, thankfully, which is a really good thing. It's a really great feeling. But to that end, I feel like I want to discuss transphobia and how much it affects all of us, but it comes from the perspective of somebody who hasn't really had much in the way of that. I haven't really faced that kind of stuff in real life. I still fear it. I still dread it. I have been sexually harassed on the basis of being a woman, but I haven't really had much in the way of actual legit transphobia, which is just I've had maybe a few sideways glances where people look at me and they're just like, "What's your deal?" That's about it. So I have this weird compulsion in my head of, like, let's talk about how this is a serious issue, but I have to preface it with, I haven't really faced this myself. Valid even if you don't face it. That's true. That's true. I should be confident in that fact, and don't need to be oppressed to help speak on it. That's true. At Starbucks, I've had drunk men come in. I'm assuming that's Starbucks, and ask me if I'm a guy or a girl. I just say NB to get them to stop. Then they start saying, "Oh, so you're a man? You're a homosexual?" And I didn't say anything to this man. This was all, like, unprompted. Yeah, exactly. Some people need to learn to shut their mouths. Relate to this 100%. It's so icky when neurotypicals try and poke fun at me or others for being autistic. Yeah. Anyway, let's continue with the article. The thread went viral, quickly spiraling into a conversation about free speech and cancel culture. Netflix then suspended Field along with 2 other employees for trying to attend a director-level meeting they weren't invited to. The timing here is very, very coincidental, though. Another trans employee is quitting the company over how the special and Field's comments were handled. In a statement emailed to The Verge, a Netflix spokesperson pushed back against the idea that Field was suspended for tweeting. It is absolutely untrue to say that we have suspended any employee for tweeting about this show, they said. Our employees are encouraged to disagree openly, and we support their right to do so. Okay, it sounds like a bit of PR speak. The special has sparked significant controversy inside Netflix. Disclosure, The Verge is producing a forthcoming show for Netflix. Shortly after it came out, employees started asking pointed questions about whether or not trans people were included in the decision to air the special, and where the company draws a line between commentary and transphobia. "We repeatedly provide a platform for content that is harmful to the trans community," wrote a current employee in Netflix's open Q&A document. "These decisions have a material impact on our business, including harm to our current employees and talent declining to work with us. What is our plan on how we are going to repair this situation in particular? None of the questions seen by The Verge asked for the special to be taken down." On October 8th, Netflix CEO Ted Sarandos responded to the questions in an internal email. "It never feels good when people are hurting, especially our colleagues," he wrote. "You should also be aware that some talent may join third parties in asking us to remove the show in the coming days, which we are not going to do." Sarandos also said that Chappelle's last special, Sticks and Stones, is Netflix's most watchest, stickiest, and most award-winning stand-up special to date. He added, "Several of you have also asked where we draw the line on hate. We don't allow titles on Netflix that are designed to incite hate or violence, and we don't believe the closer crosses that line." Interesting. So, just dismissing the thoughts and opinions of trans people who are commenting on this. I recognize, however, that distinguishing between commentary and harm is hard, especially with stand-up comedy which exists to push boundaries. What boundaries desperately need to be pushed with regards to transgender people, a targeted disenfranchised minority group? Some people find the art of stand-up to be mean-spirited, but our members enjoy it. That's a problem, and it's an important part of our content offering. Why, though? Sounds like some gender-critical people are in their employment. Oh, definitely. The Trans Employee Resource Group at Netflix has been meeting with executives for years to try and educate them about the impact of transphobic content, according to a current employee. When Netflix bought the movie Girl about a 15-year-old ballet dancer preparing for gender confirmation surgery, it sparked multiple internal conversations about cisgender directors creating content about trans people. Sarando said that the company's commitment to inclusion is reflected in titles like Sex Education and Disclosure, a documentary about Hollywood's impact on the trans community. But one current employee tells The Verge they were not swayed by the statement. You can't do a carbon offset for bigotry, they said dryly. Disclosure director Sam Feder also tweeted that Netflix rented the documentary for half of what it cost to make it. Yeah, that's a good line there, which is, you can see why they've done that there. Carbon offset for bigotry, good line. I wish I was intelligent enough to come up with words like phrases like that. Netflix has a long history with Dave Chappelle. In 2016, the comedian signed a deal to create 3 specials for the platform. 4 years later, Netflix pulled Chappelle's show from the streaming service at the comedian's request. It then reinstated it in 2021 after Chappelle's beef with Comedy Central died down. But while the comedian's earlier specials have drawn controversy, Chappelle's most recent has evoked a much stronger response. And this is what we talked about. If we come back to this for a moment with the Chappelle Show thing. Dave Chappelle quit comedy 20 years ago after he realized that the comedy focused on the black community that he was doing was basically encouraging racism. The things he was doing were making racists more bold with their racial stereotyping. And he realized that, and he wanted to step away from it because he didn't want to be encouraging hate. And then he comes back and he starts making content specifically targeting a minority group that he's not specifically involved with. He's not an ally to the trans community. We can say that unequivocally just based on the commentary he has been making. So, boundary pushing, transphobic jokes are super old. There's no boundary. Yeah, exactly. And if we talk about say the free speech thing, or if we talk about you can't say these things anymore, it's not so much that you can't say things. You can say things all the live long day, but Dave Chappelle, I don't think there is a transgender person with as big of a platform as you, right? No, there are no trans people who have as big a platform as Dave Chappelle. And no, what's her name? Caitlyn Jenner doesn't count, for example. Caitlyn Jenner doesn't count, even if she's involved in politics or whatever. Dave Chappelle, and more to the point, Caitlyn Jenner is a Republican, so we don't care about her opinion. So, there is no trans person who has a platform as big as Dave Chappelle. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's Dave Chappelle is a cis person who's got a huge platform, is what I'm trying to say. So with him having this big of a spiel about this, and it's the same with J.K. Rowling, there are no trans people who have the same platform as J.K. Rowling, as Dave Chappelle, as Joe Rogan. And these massive, powerful, platformed cis people constantly comment on our existence. And if we try to fight back against it, if we and our allies fight back against it, all of a sudden they scream cancel culture like we're trying to silence them. We do not hold the power here. We do not hold all the cards here like you folks do. We simply don't have that power. It's not in our court. It's not in our corner. They've got all the privilege in this circumstance, and they're using it to punch down at the trans community. Hang on. Here we go. I'm just going to make that point on Twitter. No transgender person has as big of a platform as Dave Chappelle, J.K. Rowling, or Joe Rogan. And that was immediately liked. Hi, girlfriend. There we go. Go make this shit go viral instead. Get me a platform as big as Dave Chappelle. Anyway. Get me to the point where I can start complaining about cancel culture. Anyway. The closer has drawn criticism from GLAAD, which wrote on Twitter, Dave Chappelle's brand has become synonymous with ridiculing trans people and other marginalized communities. In a statement to Variety, the National Black Justice Coalition said perpetuating transphobia perpetuates violence. Netflix should immediately pull the closer from its platform and directly apologize to the transgender community. Read Ted Sarando's full email below. We'll have a look at this. Okay, I wanted to follow up on the closer. We already read that bit. We have a long-standing deal with him. His latest special is our most watched. As with our other talent, we work hard to support their creative freedom, even though this means there will always be content on Netflix some people believe is harmful. Like Cuties. Oh no, don't say that, mate. 365 Days, I don't know what that one's about. 13 Reasons Why Encourages Suicide, or My Unorthodox Life. Several of you have also asked where we draw the line, blah, blah, blah. I recognize, however, that we already read that bit. Some people find the art of stand-up to be mean-spirited, but our members enjoy it. In terms of our commitment to inclusion, we're working hard to ensure more people see their lives reflected on screen, and that underrepresented communities are not defined by the single story. So we're proud of titles like Sex Education, Young Royals, Control Z, and Disclosure. Externally, particularly in stand-up comedy, artistic freedom is obviously a very different standard of speech than we allow internally, as the goals are different. Entertaining people versus maintaining a respectful, productive workplace. Why should we entertain bigots? I'm just saying that. Today's conversation on Entertain the World was timely. These are hard and uncomfortable issues. We all bring different values and perspectives, so thank you for being part of the conversation. As it's important we're clear about our operating principles. This is just some centrist fucking bullshit. And yeah, Floppable, that was mentioned earlier in the article about Disclosure. That is the most centrist fucking viewpoint. I hate this shit. Thank you for being a part of the conversation. We all bring different values and perspectives. Fuck off. Just fuck off with that shit. Anyway, there we go. Just, yeah, Superman's son. Should we talk about Superman's son? I didn't save an article for that one. Anyway, there's a thing. There's a topic. Who's taking the mantle of Superman? So the new Superman is Superman's son, John Kent. I think it's John Kent, the son of Clark Kent and Lois Lane, is the new Superman. Thank you for bringing transphobia to the table. No one has brought it up before. Representation doesn't mean shit without substance. I'm so tired of representation politics. Yeah, it's basically idpol. That's all it is. It's idpol. Anyway. Where were we? And he's a bisexual, and it's bad because is it even that he's bisexual? It could just be that he's just straight up gay. At any rate, John Kent, the new Superman, kissed a bloke in his latest comic, and the inference is that he's entered into a relationship with this boy, right? And the issue some people have is it's trying to force bisexuality or homosexuality into the comics, but from what I've been able to read, and I haven't really looked into comic books that much, I'm not a comic books reader, but what I've read from people who have read it is that the character of Superman as John Kent is a relatively new storyline. He hasn't had any relationships so far as we've been able to tell. His sexuality hasn't been a subject of the discussion. And now he has a boyfriend in the comics, and people are saying, this established character is being retconned. It's like he's literally a new character. Like he's not being established as some wild, they're not changing this character at all. It's a new character. It's a storyline that's been going on for a few months in the comics of the mantle of Superman being passed down to John Kent. And he's attracted to blokes. And he kissed a bloke. Who fucking cares? Why do people get so up in arms about this? Oh, I just don't like the fact that they're pandering with the representation. I think it's bad. I don't like the homosexuals in my comic books. That's all they're saying. They just don't want the gays present with their mainstream character. It's so dumb. The homosexuals. It's ridiculous. Oh no, he kissed a man. He kissed a man. That's gay. I don't like it. What is wrong with people, honestly? Also, Jessie Gender has a 1-hour video on the Chappelle situation. And I know she has received a metric fuck ton of shit for it, which sucks because Jessie Gender is really good, people. So we're not going to watch that now because it's an hour-long video, but I love Jessie Gender. honestly one of my favorite YouTubers I found recently. Love her content. So I'm gonna shout out Jessie Gender, who has a significantly higher audience count than I do. Watched a video on this at Jack's stream last night. Some dude whinged about SJWs and comics and how he's trying to save comics with some comic about a cyborg frog. And yeah, Lurch, right? It's like you're reading comics about buff superheroes. That's kind of gay. There was some sociological commentary, not specifically regarding comics, but you could extrapolate this to comics and anything relating to superhero-y kind of things, that suggested specifically within bodybuilding circles. I think this was a sociological study, or maybe it's just an observation that I made and I assumed it was a sociological study. I'm sure I read some kind of study about this, right? I'll read you comment in a sec, Tego, where a lot of men, maybe not specifically regarding bodybuilding, but a lot of men do tend to go into weightlifting and fitness and all of these kind of things to get themselves big and buff and cut and ripped and all that, because they think that's going to make them attractive to women. And what happens is they end up gaining a lot of attention from other men who are doing that. So, lifting is gay, bro. And it's the same thing that applies to men who indulge in media that is particularly hypermasculine. It's like you might think, and don't get me wrong, hypermasculine men with big muscles and maybe bulging chests full of chest hair and all that. Oh yes, I'm a big, strong, buff man. There is an element of the female gaze that applies to that, but generally speaking, yeah, like you said, Clara, it's the male gaze that informs that kind of media that we see all the time. We see the big buff superheroes with absolutely juiced to the gills physiques. And that exists for men as much as it might exist for women. Honestly, the attraction that women might feel towards a muscular man is kind of secondary to the self-insert aspect of the male audience. I just got followed by someone called Marvel Fan. That's convenient timing. Anyway, yeah, so speaking of female gaze, okay, fine. Big muscly men with thick arms and pecs and trails off. Women like twinks and daddies, not really minotaur-like base. Okay, hang on. Give me a sec. Us. See, that exists for the lesbians. This is for the gals, the gays, and the theys. Hi. Hey. Hey, Gorge. More interested in the NB gays? The only way you'll get attention is if you put on cat ears. Fuck, what have I done? Cat ears, skirts, and thigh highs, exactly. Ooh, hugs. Do you want to be made to feel small and tiny and baby? Come feel baby. Look, I'm big and tall. Don't get squished. Guess you're a lesbian now. Lesbian gang. I should set up I don't know if I've showed you my trans keyboard. Let me show you my trans keyboard because I've got a Corsair. I'm going to hit up Corsair for that sponsorship. Anyway, my keyboard is the trans flag, right? I should totally set up some other color overlays for it that are like the lesbian flag, rainbow flag, all those. It's gay as fuck. My keyboard is gay as fuck. Anyway, lesbian love. We're lesbians. We're lesbians. You know that comic? I was telling Ziwa this the other day. That Ziwa, by the way. I don't know if anyone figured that out yet. Yeah, you know that comic? It's like, we're lesbians. Girls kissing girls, not kissing you. And it's like that. That's the whole shtick throughout the comic. Is like, lesbians. Haha, we're lesbians. Then it gets to the end of the comic, last 2 panels. And a guy comes in and he goes, hi ladies, I am very rich. And the last panel is them dancing along with the guy going, we're bisexuals. Very cringe. Very fucking cringe. I want to do an edit of that comic where the last panel is them cannibalizing the rich man and screaming, eat the rich. Lesbian communists or something. I don't know. Anyway. Stream Deck has a Matrix trans flag screensaver. That sounds badass. I need to snatch that up. I got to get a screensaver for my stream deck, honestly. Anyway, Ziwa Zerazor. Zeraxor. How do you pronounce it? Zeraxor? Yeah. No. Zera works. The one that's got 2 X's in chat. That's my girlfriend. Anyway, copying this rabbit. Guess it's only appropriate Chappelle called it the closer because he better close his mouth about trans folks. Thank you, Takeo. I forgot to go back to that. Anyway. Could also make a safer work version of that where the end is when he says he's rich and next panel is them taking out a knife and fork and staring at him. Oh, you knew I was sorry. I'm dumb, okay? I'm not a very smart person. Yeah, my girlfriend's kind of gay. Kind of fucking gay, hey. What was I going to do next? Just made your day good. On the subject, we could do something. Let me adjust this. This camera's not quite where I want it. Anyway, off stream Zero had 3x. Anyway, I'm moving my legs so they're not under my desk. So I need to get like a spot. You know what I can do? I can do this. Big boots. No, I can't do that. Yeah, my legs just slid off the desk. Tried to put them up on the desk. Didn't work. Let's see if I can do this. Hang on. I could probably do this. There we go. I can put my boots, my big booties, up like this. Is this how we do it? There's my shoes. Could bring this in a bit. How's it going? Sup? Is this a vibe? This is not comfortable. By any stretch of the imagination, this is not. This ain't umphy. This ain't comfy. Okay? Hey, Umphy, check out my stompies, Umphy. Oh, goodness. If my chair was higher up, it might be cool, but anyway. It's how you're sitting right now. Hell yes. Oh, anyway. I want to take a look at this thread, I think. Let's have a look. Let me see. There's a few things I want to look at that we've got here in my news stories. Let's stick with gender for a moment and let's talk about the Lego. Should we talk about Lego? You're half listening to the stream while painting. That sounds like such a vibe. You have your feet up on the arm of the chair. You have your feet on the arm? Holy crap. How did you contort your body like that? Okay, here's an interesting thing. Lego to remove gender bias from its toys after findings of child survey. This is actually quite interesting, given that the GCs, the TERVs, the people who think that they have some kind of ideological reason for wanting to genocide trans people, they like to use Lego as a reference for what their actual like the basis for what they actually are in favor of. Let's tear down gender norms by destroying the trannies. That's their viewpoint on things, and they like to use old Lego ads. I mentioned this in Socialized Mail. They like to use old Lego ads where Lego wasn't as gendered as it is now. Riddle me this. I saw the first few words, and I'm only going to read the first 3 words, because what immediately came to mind was, have you ever felt like this? Anyway, yeah, like it used to be a part of the Lego brand, genuinely. Of Lego wasn't really gendered, especially the way it is now. There's a lot of gendering in Lego. I'm not gonna lie. Like, there's a bunch of sets that are very specifically geared to boys, and a bunch of sets that are very specifically geared to girls. Just go look at the Lego section at your local department store or whatever. Like, we got Kmart. You go look there and you will see, like, Lego Friends is one of them that's very clearly designed for girls, right? But yeah, research reveals harmful stereotypes still hindering girls, boys, and their parents. Lego has announced it will work to remove gender stereotypes from its toys after a global survey said the company commissioned found attitudes to play and future careers remain unequal and restrictive. Researchers found that while girls were becoming more confident and keen to engage in a wide range of activities, the same was not true of boys. Excuse me. 71% of boys surveyed feared they would be made fun of if they played with what was described as girls' toys, a fear shared by their parents. Excuse me. Show got broadcasted here. Yeah, Round the Twist got Round the Twist, as you might say. It was everywhere. A lot of people saw Round the Twist who weren't Aussies. Parents are more worried that their sons will be teased than their daughters for playing with toys associated with the other gender, said Madeline Dinono, the chief executive of Gina Davis Institute on Gender and Media, who conducted the research. You know why that is, right? That's just honestly stock standard misogyny. The reason is because, girls are allowed to play with boy toys because masculinity good. But if boys play with girl toys, that's because they're a little F slur. And ew, you're playing with girl toys? What are you, a girl? That's gross, you girl. It's misogyny. It's just misogyny. It's all it is. Madeline. Anyway. Oh yeah, Madeline. I didn't even click that. Anyway. It's also that behaviors associated with men are valued more highly in society, said Dinono. Until societies recognize that behaviors and activities typically associated with women are as valuable or more important, parents and children will be tentative to embrace them. The study found that parents still encourage sons to do sports or STEM activities, while daughters were offered dance and dressing up, girls were 5 times more likely to be encouraged in these activities than boys, or baking 3 times more likely to be encouraged. At least my daughter likes Minecraft. Minecraft is pretty gender neutral when you think about it. She loves Minecraft. I'm glad she has that sort of particular interest in that more creative endeavor when it comes to video games at the very least. And she wants to learn how to do game dev, so I want to try to get her into game dev if I can. These insights emphasize just how ingrained gender biases are across the globe, said Gina Davis, the Oscar-winning actor and activist who set up the Institute in 2004 to combat negative gender stereotyping and foster inclusion. There's asymmetry, said Professor Gina Rippon, a neurobiologist and author of The Gendered Brain. We encourage girls to play with boys' stuff, but not the other way around. This was a problem since toys offered training opportunities, she said. So if girls aren't playing with Lego or other construction toys, they aren't developing the spatial skills that will help them in later life. If dolls are being pushed on girls but not boys, then boys are missing out on nurturing skills. The Danish toy maker commissioned the report for the UN International Day of the Girl on Monday. It surveyed almost 7,000 parents and children aged from... Why have they done this? Aged 6, spelled alphabetically, to 14, spelled numerically. Why do they do this? It drives me up the wall. From China, the Czech Republic, Japan, Poland, Russia, the UK, and the US. We're working hard to make Lego more inclusive, so basically to just go back to what it used to be, said Julia Golden, the chief product and marketing officer at the Lego Group, the world's largest toy maker. Since the start of 2021, the Gina Davis Institute has been auditing Lego and consulting to address gender bias and harmful stereotypes, and the company has promised to remove gender bias from its lines. This is what's hilarious to me. Don't let your daughter play Minecraft. There's a lot of creepers on the servers. This is what irritates me, right? Is like there's a trend among right-wingers to treat the idea of a gender studies degree as something that's completely useless and completely meaningless, will never get you a career in anything. And it's quite clear that there are at least some people in very influential professional roles who have some level of gender studies education. I don't know if it's necessarily a gender studies degree, whatever that is. I've never actually heard of someone who has a gender studies degree specifically, but gender studies is actually a thing, of course. But it's quite clear that there are positions in the world for those who have studied gender. Like, it's such an unusual thing that anti-academic right-winger types like to go on about. Oh, you're going to go get a gender studies degree, you blue-haired SJW. It's such a nonsense thing. I know you're gay. Just so you know. Anyway. Traditionally, Lego has been accessed by more boys, but products like arts and crafts line Lego Dots or Lego City Wildlife Rescue Camp have been specifically designed to appeal to boys and girls, said Golden. The Lego mandate is now promoting nurturing and caring as well as spatial awareness, creative reasoning, and problem solving. Yeah, I'm a little bit gay. A little bit homosexual. And Looper, bang on the money. Gender studies would be perfect alongside marketing degrees. The Let Toys Be Toys campaign was launched in 2012 in the UK to put pressure on children's brands to expand their marketing and include both genders so that no boy or girl thinks they are playing with the wrong toy. But progress is slow. A 2020 report by the Fawcett Society showed how lazy stereotyping and the segregation of toys by gender was fueling a mental health crisis among young people and limited perceived career choices. It is rubbing off on parents too. The Gina Davis Institute found that parents of both sexes rated men as more creative, were 6 times more likely to think of scientists and athletes as being men rather than women, and more than 8 times as likely to think of engineers as men. Golden said Lego no longer labeled any of its products as for girls or for boys. On Lego.com, consumers cannot search for products by gender. Instead, the website offers themes that it calls passion points. We're testing everything on boys and girls and including more female role models, said Golden. The recent LegoCon showcased female designers talking about the work they did, while Lego's Rebuild the World campaign focuses on girls. Our job now is to encourage boys and girls who want to play with sets that may have traditionally been seen as not for them, Golden added. There we go. It's an interesting... That's good, I suppose, like that Lego is shifting away from that very strictly gendered kind of nonsense. You know. Zara, are you gay? NB thinks you're gay. I'm not sure.
You are too kind.
Claire... Okay, well, we'll test that after stream. We'll get back to you tomorrow. Anonymous, thank you so kindly for gifting a sub to Clara. Clara, enjoy that sub. Enjoy your ad-free viewing. Enjoy your emotes. Enjoy being a part of my subscribers count. Anyway, may you ask this question, Abo. Don't call me Abo, goodness. Is it considered good style to spell out numbers lower than 13 while large numbers are written in digits? The main reason is the fact that large numbers tend to have more letters and are less readable. 187 is more readable than 187. I don't know, honestly. I just think it's weird that if you're going to do something like from 6 to 13 or 6 to 14, just set them both as either letters or numbers. Pick one. Don't vary it up. Don't, like, use both. That seems like... I don't know what exactly it would be that would lead to that specific literary decision, but it feels wrong to me. I might be incorrect in my assumption there, but just looking at it is unappealing as a very autistic person who nitpicks this shit. Anyway. Where were we? So, one of your mates has Technics crane with fully functioning mechanical gearbox. That's awesome. I wouldn't mind getting into Lego, actually. It's expensive. It's prohibitively expensive, but I wouldn't mind picking up some Lego at some point. And getting back into that. Maybe I could just clean out this shelving unit and start putting Lego on there. Pardon? Yeah? That'd be cool. Alright. Lego is mid. What is mid? Someone explain to me what mid is. Warhammer is just Lego where you paint the blocks. That's too much effort. It's too much effort. No way. Not doing it. Flatmate has her boyfriend over for 14 days. 14 days. / 14 days. And I can hear noises my gay house doesn't want to hear. Fucking hell. That'd be good. Yeah. It's a term that comes from weed. Mid is the cheap weed. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know weed terminology. Excuse me. Now I'm looking up Bionicle on eBay again. God damn it. Okay. So we've done the Lego gender bias thing. We've done the Netflix thing. Let's get rid of the lagging out thing. So that was fun. We've got another thing here that we could look at. We could glance at, which is kind of cringe. Do you want some cringe? Who wants some cringe? Well, kind of economic cringe. Kind of cringe if you're a poor person who relies on food prices not getting higher. Kraft Heinz says people must get used to higher food prices. People will have to get used to higher food prices, the boss of Kraft Heinz has told the BBC, not the NBC. Miguel Patricio said the international food giant, which makes tomato sauce and baked beans, was putting up prices in several countries. Unlike in previous years, he said inflation was across the board. The cost of ingredients such as cereals and oils has pushed global food prices to a 10-year high, according to the UN Food and Agriculture Organization. Kraft Heinz has increased prices on more than half of its products in the US, its home market, and Mr. Patricio admitted that it's happening elsewhere too. We are raising prices where necessary around the world, he said. Excuse me. During the pandemic, many countries saw production of raw materials ranging from crops to vegetable oils fall. Measures to control the virus as well as illness, limited output, and delivery. As economies have restarted, the supply of these products hasn't been able to keep up with the returning demand, leading to higher prices. Higher wages and energy prices have also added to the burden for manufacturers. Oh no, you have to pay your employees more money. Mr. Patricio says this broad range of factors is contributing to the rising cost of food. Didn't we watch a video recently displaying how so much we produce way more food than we need and we throw away a metric fuck ton of it for no reason? Anyway, specifically in the UK, with the lack of truck drivers in the US, logistics cost also increased substantially, and there's a shortage of labor in certain areas of the economy.
Welcome,
Erie Hallows,
friends.
hello. Welcome in, Raiders. I didn't. By the way, we got a raid at the very start of the stream, and I didn't do our pretty colored things. How's it going? How was your stream? Tell us all about it. Oh, I just realized something. Here's a fun thing that I just realized. For anyone who doesn't follow me on Twitter for some reason, what are you doing? I got a Bloodborne phone case, just FYI. It's got the doll, it's got the hunter, and it's got a beast on it, who's sort of cut off on the side there. But yeah, check that out. I'm just going to show you my Bloodborne phone case, because hell yeah. How was your stream? Writers. What's Writers? Is that a game, or is that a what's that one? Or are you a writing streamer? Very interesting. How'd your stream go? Tell us all about it. What'd you get up to tonight? Excuse me. Oh my goodness. What the? Looking like an absolute punk goddess. Thank you kindly. I try. Creative writing streams. That sounds awesome. Heck yes. I've been trying to get more into my own creative writing recently. I've been writing notes for a story I've been wanting to write for a while now. And I should really just like sink into it and actually start writing something. Brian will explain. Sounds good. There's actually way more streams dealing with writing than I thought possible. That's cool. That's cool. I like that. I should get into it. You can design a Lego Abbey. You could do that. World hunger is most definitely a distribution problem. Yeah. I think you're following 30 plus now. That's cool. I like the fact that there's a writing community on Twitch. I feel like I would probably be the worst person to stream writing, even though I like writing. I feel like I'm not very good at it. Oh, goodness. Why would I watch someone type? It would be interesting to see ideas unfold in real time, you know. It would be interesting to see how someone crafts a story, or how someone crafts a journalistic article, or how someone crafts theory, maybe even. How someone writes a study. And what kind of terminology they use, what kind of language they use, what kind of prose. Had to put your typewriter away so you could access your keyboard. No, rightio. That's what it's about. It sounds good. It sounds really cool. I might have to do that one of these days. That would be pretty neat. At the moment, folks, here in the Rogue Room, we started the stream out trashing on a streamer who had unceremoniously taken photos of other streamers off streamer groups on Facebook and decided to criticize their photos for no reason. So that was the first half of our stream tonight. But right now we are going through a bit of news, specifically with regards to some political stuff. Sort of political. I guess it's political, because we're talking about food distribution and rising costs of food, thanks to Heinz. Anyway, followed you a while back and may remember your Reddit comment. I think I do recall that comment. It's a pleasure to see you. I hope you're doing well. Let me put my lights back to normal. Here we go. Preoccupied and couldn't type, but Abby have a horrifying story for Spooky Month. What's that? Anyways, let's continue with our Kraft Heinz story for a moment, and then we'll come back. Where were we? Specifically, we did that one. Mr. Patricio. It says that customers will need to get used to higher food prices, given that the world's population is rising, whilst the amount of land on which to grow food is not. We're still growing tons more food for, like, we are producing enough resources that we could end world hunger. That's kind of, you know. There was another story as well that relates to, I think, deserted land in Australia or something that could be, what was it? Regenerated, basically. In the longer term, there's a lot to come in technology to improve the effectiveness of farmers that will help. Not all cost increases should be passed on to consumers, Mr. Patricio said. Excuse me. Firms would have to absorb some of the rising costs. I think it's up to us and to the industry and to other companies to try and minimize these price increases, he said. Well, yes. Anyhow, what Brian didn't fill you in on is the fact that there is no creative writing category, so we use a dead, crappy indie game. Oh, really? That's interesting. Oh my goodness. That's kind of neat. That's really neat. I'll have to follow that category. It's technically a touch typing challenge. Hang on. Let's go to this for a second. Writers. That's super neat. I'm gonna follow the category. That's awesome. Fertile and breedable, yes. Which is the same thing. I'm submissive and breedable, but actually I'm quite dominant and breedable. One of those. I don't know. Anyway, my girlfriend is like having a moment. Anyway. Run a 10-minute sprint open mic Sunday mornings. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I'd definitely sign a petition to get a proper creative writing category. I'm surprised there isn't one. That's kind of weird. Anyway, I think it's up to us in the industry. Oh yeah, we already know that bit. Big food producers like Kraft Heinz, Nestle, and PepsiCo will most likely have to pass that cost on to consumers. Of course they will, according to Kona Hake, head of research at the agricultural commodities firm ED&F Man. Whether it's corn, sugar, coffee, soybeans, palm oil, you name it, all of these basic food commodities have been rising, she said. Did I see a horror story? I did not. Hang on. Let me see here. There is not link jail. No. Let me go through your messages, Draco. I can't go through your messages. Hang on a second. Let me scroll back up. It was a dark and stormy night and I woke up suddenly, but I didn't just wake up, I woke up straight. Fucking hell. Where were we? Poor harvests in Brazil, which is one of the world's biggest agricultural exporters, drought in Russia, reduced planting in the US, and stockpiling in China have combined with more expensive fertilizer, energy, and shipping costs to push prices up. But she said food producers would all be affected and would therefore all be raising prices in similar ways, because it's so widespread that everyone will do it, meaning they probably won't lose customers. This week, PepsiCo warned it was also facing rising costs on everything from transport to raw ingredients, and said that further price rises were likely at the start of next year. However, as well as pushing up costs, the pandemic did help boost sales for some Kraft Heinz brands, Mr. Patricio said, because staying in meant people are cooking far more than they were before. Customers in the UK have bought more Heinz baked beans, while customers in the US bought more Kraft mac and cheese, which honestly slaps. Overall, sales rose 1.62% to $13 billion in the first half this year, described by Aaron Lash at the investment firm Morningstar as still quite impressive relative to the comparable pre-pandemic period in 2019, despite representing a slight slowdown. Company's also undergoing an extensive restructuring under Mr. Patricio, involving selling some old and buying some new brands, which Ms. Lash said was narrowing its focus and increasing its spending on innovation and marketing, which would support future sales. There's more like technical nonsense in there. That's what we bought. Mac and cheese. I love mac and cheese. Mac and cheese is great. Pardon? With bacon bits. Mac and cheese with bacon bits and honey, soy, and garlic chicken breast on the side, marinated. It's deluxe, okay? It's a deluxe meal. You know, it's fancy people shit. Do you want to say your energy stream because you realize you might have COVID? Oh my goodness, no. Are you going to go get tested, Erie? That's awful. I'm so sorry to hear that. Knew that comment was trouble, didn't want a long debate, so I'll just say that a man and a trans woman can and typically should not be called gay sex. I'm confused. If you scroll up, you found the petition. Oh yeah, let's have a look. Hell yeah, I'll sign it. This sounds awesome. Everyone go sign a designated Oh, maybe I already signed this one. I feel like I might have already signed this one. Yeah, I'll check. I'll sign in with this. Heck yes. I'm surprised there isn't one, given there's a bunch of other categories that are similar. There's a painting there's an art category. There's... what else is there? There's an art category. There's a bunch of those kind of... I'm trying to think. What other creative categories are there? There are more of them out there. I think there is a painting category. Or is it just an art category? I don't know. Anyway. Where are we? You want to make a big-ass mac and cheese, but need to get the bakeware. Maybe you can cook it for housewarming when the new housemate arrives. That'd be good, yeah. Hello again, Evio. How you going? Some of us just use art or just chatting, but sometimes get told that's not what those categories are for. I mean, I generally speaking cover politics and stuff like that, or the news broadly. And I've had people come in here telling me I should Just like not even telling me to go to the politics category. I've had people come into my stream and telling me I shouldn't be streaming political stuff at all on Twitch, and I'll get banned for it. And I'm like, try me, bitch. That's not in the TOS. All my hot chocky is gone. You're autistic, so the test will be absolute hell. Oof. I'm autistic as well. Yeah. Can't imagine it would be good. Temporary mobile testing center in walking distance because the most recent case was in your suburb. Oh, that is worrying. But at least you've got that mobile testing center nearby. In writing here, we can't convey nearly as much information, context, or tone as we could in person. Very well said. Yes, exactly. Talking politics is TOS. Yeah, tell that to the politics category. The reason I sit in just chatting is because our stream is not 100% politics. You know, we do talk politics, and we do have a very specific leftist slant in here. But this is not inherently a political stream, even though it kind of is by virtue of existence. But yeah, that's a whole thing. I don't know. What other subjects could we bring to the table tonight? There's more. I mean, I'm kind of questioning the whole people must get used to higher food prices. I think billion-dollar corporations should get used to, I don't know, hoarding less resources or something. Why don't we try to give people the benefit of the doubt more? Because that leads to bigots in chat, generally speaking, is the problem. It's like if we give people the benefit of the doubt more often, we end up with people in here just saying all kinds of bullshit. We do have to set some kind of boundaries. Rated because you stream ended up talking religion, philosophy, and politics, so the whole time bomb trio. Oh no. Where were we? Talking about, where were we? Okay, so weigh in on this. I'm a cis white male in his 30s. Do I have a right to discuss LGBT issues? I think you can definitely write on those subjects, but what was the advice? Was it Stephen King that said, write what you know? I thought you were making a pun, but you know. And in that circumstance, I think it would be of great value if you were going to write, say, a gay character. It would be of great value to you to seek out people in the gay community and communicate your ideas with them and get...
I see you.
Hello, Bandita. Welcome to the Rogue and Friends. More raids. Hello, raiders. Let's put our flashy lights on again. Yeah, I think generally speaking, like, I don't think... There are some people who think, you know, you shouldn't write about those things if you are not a member of that community or what have you, which is understandable, because I think one of the issues that many people have is... hello, Bandita. How'd your stream go? Oh, playing some Pokemon. How'd you go? What were you getting up to in Pokemon? The main issue is, you know, yeah, write what you know, write what you're most familiar with, and if you're not inherently familiar with queer issues, then the important thing is to take the important thing is to take the initiative and research those issues deeply, research topics that are relevant to queer people specifically, and make that communication. So that's the main thing. Started a Nuzlocke and it was super fun. That sounds pretty cool. Did I notice your love raid call? It was made recently for a very specific reason. Could you repost it by any chance? Because I might have missed it. I might need to update my own little raid message that I do when I raid people. I haven't done it in a while. I've got one, but you know. Anyway, so yeah, how was the Nuzlocke? I've been tempted to try a Nuzlocke as someone who doesn't really get into Pokemon, but I do like challenges. The hard part is how to avoid tokenism. That's a very good concern to have. It's good that you're aware of that, specifically. Don't really see how trans people existing, binary trans people specifically, challenges the meaning of straight. Yeah, exactly, it doesn't. Love your dang self, don't burn out for the turnout. I love that. Hydrate before you dehydrate. Speaking of. If you write a badly written gay character, it will still bring the community joy in making fun of it. So anyway, Bandita, how did your stream go? Tell us all about it. And honestly, Bandit, yeah, tell us more about it, I should say. I don't really have a proper raid message. I don't generally post it in chat. I used to have one, but I don't really bother with it anymore. Failed one, got into a new Nuzlocke and did pretty good for a start. Well, there you go. Should do a Nuzlocke. The problem is I only stream games like once a week, and at the moment I'm streaming Dark Souls again. So, and then in the last week of October, I am doing specifically horror streams. So I'm going to be doing Visage for the last week of the month. So I don't even know when I'm going to find the time to load up a Pokemon game at some point, but I would like to because I've got a Switch. I should use it. Why do I need to wait to redeem a hug for my GF? You literally don't. You're in the same house. You can just interrupt the stream to hug me. You're in the next room. I know you can hear me. Here we go. Let's yo-yo a bit while my GF comes and gets a hug. By the way, I just need to say this for anyone who is curious. I'm not exactly good at yo-yo, by the way. Don't expect anything fancy. I can do this. I'm also wearing super huge boots, so that's why I'm like really tall and off camera. Hey, how you doing? Come get a hug. I just need to clarify this for everyone who missed this for some reason. My girlfriend is fucking gorgeous. Anyway. Hello, babe. Hey, babe. Oh, anyway. You could write about a non-LGBT character too if you're not gay. I mean, every life is suffering. Well, true. Here's the thing, right? I mean, it's important to note that there are certain struggles that queer people face. There are certain... oh, someone bought a coffee. And I didn't see the alert. Damn, I've got the coffee alerts thing. Someone bought a coffee. I don't know when. I've got an email about it. That's the first time I noticed it. Anyway. My girlfriend is fucking gorgeous. Well, yeah, you're gorgeous. We know. I have standards. Anyway. What was I going to say? Like, an important thing to note is, like, queer people are just people at the end of the day. You know, you could write a story about a queer character who's, you know, they just exist as a normal person, like an average person, like what you would consider a normal person. A lot of trans and gay people just exist as normal people. You would write them as a normal person and then add their sexuality or transness or anything like that in there. Like, if you've played Tell Me Why, and I think I want to return to that soon, honestly. I might even, like, much as I enjoyed Dark Souls last week, and I might go back to it on Friday. Oh, wait, what are we doing on Friday? We're doing Dark Souls? We still got to do Euro Truck Sim at some point. But anyway, as much as I want to go back to Dark Souls for our gaming streams, I would like to finish Tell Me Why, because honestly, the main character is a trans man. Other than that, like, the trans manness is a part of his story, but he's just a normal dude. There's nothing that stands out about the fact that he's trans, other than the fact that it is an element of the story. Like, his transness is quite the catalyst of the narrative, but the character himself is not gratuitously affected by it, I suppose you could say. Like, it's not every aspect of his life, you know. Not every narrative that includes an LGBT character has to be about their queerness. That's important, yes. Can't believe it's not ContraPoints. Sensitivity readers are my saving grace with Nightlife. So many marginalized characters I don't want to fuck up. That's fair. Anyway, let me come back a bit, because I think Ziwa mentioned something. Questions and challenges what straight even means. For example, look at the shift of the definition going from something sex-based to gender-based because of the prominence of trans women. That's kind of a nonsense point, though. Trans women are just women. Trans men are just men. You know, this is the thing that a lot of people don't want to admit. Sexuality is about gender. I'm just going to put it out there, lay it flat on the table. Sexuality is about gender. Unironically. That's all. It always has been. The encouragement of a man to find a woman, as in a specifically feminine, stereotypical woman, attractive. And yeah, I realize there is the biological sex aspect of find a woman and partner with her to produce offspring. But generally speaking, and like that's the reason that, for example, so much of mainstream media encourages heterosexuality. But generally speaking, even though it's your sexuality, you are attracted to a certain type of person. If you're a homosexual person, if you're a gay man, you are attracted to men. You're attracted to masculinity, generally speaking. If you're a straight man, you are generally attracted to feminine women. And I know, like, yes, there is nuance in there, and it's not as cut and dry as that. It's not that simple. But there are so many people that, let's just put it, there are so many people out there who are not willing to admit they are specifically attracted to femininity or masculinity. They're not just attracted to what's in your pants, they're attracted to how you look. They're attracted to the kind of person you are. Whether that's on a shallow level or a much deeper level, a more intimate level. You love my hoodie? I love it too. It's great, hey. It's got coarsening. Check this out. It's got it down the back too. How you doing, Scribbles? This is one of my favorites. I love it. I live in it. It's so gnarly. It's like, hell yeah. I just knocked my blanket off the chair. Damn it. I'm rocking it tonight. I got my badass hoodie. I got my big stompy boots on. Trying to put my boot up. Check it. Oh, excuse me. Can you borrow it, please? I don't want to lose it, though. You're attracted to femininity and androgyny. Same. Even with romantic attraction, including men, when my sexual attraction doesn't. Excuse me. The men are always androgynous or feminine in appearance. Exactly. If someone is attracted to you for your genitals first and foremost, whether you're cis or trans, that's just weird. It really is. Well, yeah, I mean, honestly, Clara, yeah, exactly. Well, this is the thing. When you say straight and gay aren't real things, it's constructs. That doesn't mean that social constructs are not real things. Like, money is a social construct, but we still need it to live. We still need money to get through our day-to-day lives. Time is arguably a social construct. Like, the way that we build our lives around schedules. We go to sleep at a certain time, generally speaking. We wake up at a certain time. We go to work, but on a specific schedule. Like, let me come back to your messages, Erie. Hang on. Explain the editing. So, hang on. Let me come back. 59 messages. Let me. Why does it do this? Trying to read your messages here in your little messages thing. So. The DID community is dear to your heart, but it's a complex issue, and when you write your story I Sentai about someone who doesn't know they have DID and reconciles their experiences through the Sentai genres, I will need to hire a sensitivity reader, a professional editor well versed in that particular minority. That's a good point. Sensitivity readers are a service that are available to anyone who is writing a minority they are not a part of. That's really cool. I'm rather fond of that. Memes. Yeah, memes are a social construct. And yeah, like, social constructs are the societal equivalent of I think, therefore I am, pretty much. See Kairos versus Kronos to see the explanation of the non-linear nature of time. Ooh. So yeah, like, just because this is the problem that I think many people have. Look at the memes channel, okay. I think this is a problem many people have with the term social constructs. And they're, like, a lot of people misinterpret the idea of social constructs to mean... Oh yeah, I showed this to my girlfriend. If trans lesbians are really women, how come they aren't attracted to each other? It's truly puzzling that trans lesbians won't date one another, isn't it? Guys, stop making out. I'm totally owning you right now. Us, maybe. Anyway. Yeah, like, people have a gross misunderstanding of what a social construct is. And it's kind of unusual to look at it in this vein of you're just trying to tear down society by just saying things are social constructs and they're made up. And it's like, no. Saying things are social constructs is an observation of the thing. We're just pointing at it and saying, look, the society in which we live decided that this is a norm that we need to abide by. So money, gender, sexuality, all of these kind of things are social constructs. And if you regress back to the if you regress back to our primate days, which we're still primates technically, but you know what I mean, back to our primitive days before we had any of these, and even then, mammalian cultures, the animal kingdom, they've got societies, they've got social constructs and all of that as well. We just don't have as much of an understanding of them. Could listen to you chat forever, but you're literally about to pass out, but you want to come back and listen to me another time. Well, I stream from 9 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time every night. Well, Monday to Friday. So I look forward to seeing you again, Raspberry Soda. Thank you for swinging by. Some things exist despite our acknowledgement. Some exist because we acknowledge them. In neither case do they exist any less for how they originate. So one of the things that I want to bring up specifically is the social construct around sexuality, right? A lot of society, generally speaking, tends to gravitate towards males of a species and females of a species getting together, getting they fuck on, and producing more offspring. That's a pretty standard norm, okay? That's pretty expected biological behavior. But you throw bisexuality, homosexuality, transness and all that into the mix, and people start to get really confused about why humans who've got a very advanced social identity embraces things that tend to deviate so heavily from that biological norm. Like, obviously human beings are bimodal sexually, not binary, bimodal. We're not going to go into that whole thing tonight, but you know, humans are bimodal sexually speaking, and broadly males are going to mate with females to create more offspring and propagate the species. Yeah, right. But that doesn't mean that, for example, like, there's a lot of argument against the idea of sexuality being a social construct, because if you say that sexuality as it stands is a social construct, what we mean when we say that is that, generally speaking, Western society especially encourages us to engage in heterosexual behavior. This is the funny thing, right? This is the hilarious thing to me about whenever any sort of conservative decides to say that the queer community is like pushing queerness on kids. So, for example, whenever we say let trans kids be trans, or, you know, or even if we just say, you know, men should embrace, intimacy is not the word. I guess intimacy is the word I'm looking for. Men should embrace intimacy with other men that's not explicitly heterosexual. Like, men should be more in touch with their feelings and stuff like that. But it's always funny to me when queer-phobic people, broadly, the whole lot, so sexuality, gender, etc. Emotional honesty is a good word for it. A good phrase for it. What was I gonna, yeah, it's always funny to me when they go on about how we're pushing our sexualities and genders on the kids these days, when how many times have you seen heterosexual parents refer to their young boys and girls in such a manner as like, gee, he's gonna be a little heartbreaker when he grows up? Or you see a boy and a girl playing and they say, oh, is that your girlfriend, little Timmy? That sort of thing. You know, that kind of expectation. That is the most base level of the social construct of sexuality and gender. Encouraging heterosexuality from the moment they don't even have a concept of what sexuality is. And of course, this harkens back to what we were talking about earlier about the Lego thing. Lego trying to break away from being so strictly gendered. Which it is at the moment, and they're trying to move away from that. You know, encouraging gender roles from such a young age as well. Anyway, let me come back. Like, two straight best friends can joke they're gay and they're not wrong to do that. Yeah, and that's honestly, that's a weird thing, honestly. I've noticed there are quite a few guys who will make a ton of homophobic jokes and then joke about the fact that they might be gay with their male friends. Like, which is it, you guys? Society is a fragile social construct. Physical reality is a terrifying monster that consumes and destroys. Exactly. Okay, so Eerie said, so when witches say we can teleport, we are referring to a temporal distortion, not a spatial one. We speed up our own kairos, or our personal perception of time, allowing us to arrive at our destination sooner within the wider Cronus shared time. Ooh. Male birds, for the most part, have a cloaca, the bird equivalent of a vagina, yeah. Excuse me. I've had conversations with a trans friend of mine and asked if masculinity or femininity didn't exist as social concepts. Would there be... I wouldn't use the term transgenderism, honestly. A lot of trans folks do look down on the term transgenderism and gender dysphoria. Because the term transgenderism infers an ideology, and being trans is not an ideology. Why always just a joke? It didn't seem like a joke. Yeah. Honestly, when I see straight dudes making jokes about how they're so gay with their best friend, It does come across as marginally homophobic, because it's kind of like, oh, haha, we're a bunch of the gays over here, haha, we like to put dicks in buttholes. It's that kind of thing. Like, they treat it as a rudimentary passing remark, kind of dismissive of actual gay people. Something that does bother me is often in zoology studies, people apply human social constructs onto animals. There are a lot of animals where how they reproduce doesn't need to be one male and one female. There are plenty of animals where they go in pairs with the same sex and come together with the opposite to reproduce, or where several individuals came together and stay together to raise their offspring. So saying that nature is strictly straightly male and female couples is dumb. Exactly, yes. We can't really put our own social constructs onto the animal kingdom. It doesn't work. Society, you should marry a girl and create offspring. Me and my GF are still without child. Better keep at it then. If whoever you're with is comfortable with you saying you feel gay in a hetero relationship, cool. But again, I imagine many other people would be deeply hurt if we had that said to us. I think more people would be more comfortable with being called different sexualities. I know it's tough if you have dysphoria, but I'm talking about broad society. Think people should be more comfortable. Well, I mean, yeah, realistically speaking, people should be more comfortable with being called different sexualities and genders. But it is important to realize the strict social construct that relates to... let's talk about how heterosexuality and cisgender norms are the expectation in society, and having an othered group like queer people is an important factor of the society in which we live. In order to maintain some strict rigidity, some level of order. Like, they want people to be cisgender. They don't even want cisgender to be a term, realistically. Like, have you seen how viscerally offended some people tend to be when you call them cis? And it's just a definition. It's just, you identify with the gender assigned to you at birth. That's all cis means. Trans means other than the gender assigned to you at birth, right? But society, generally speaking, and I need to do like a Joker face thing here or something. I need to do a Joker emote. Society, generally speaking, has a vested interest in maintaining that status quo of heterosexuality and cisgenderness. Cisness, you know. That's as close to a Joker emote as we're going to get, honestly. It's a pretty good one, too. My deranged emote. Yeah, that's pretty good, actually. That's a tier 1. That's a tier 1. Anyone who is a sub can use my Joker emote. There you go. Anyway, well, you have 5 minutes before you have to be on your work call. It's been an interesting, and thank you, chat, for commenting on how you can deal with these topics. Well, I hope that has helped a little bit. Bonobos are very straightforward in using sex to encourage group cohesion without it having to be a procreation thing. That's pretty cool. Dysphoria and being comfortable with being called other genders and sexualities is, that are completely immiscible. I need to know what that word means, because I'm a dumb person. Ah, thank you. My assistant from off camera just gave me... Pardon? Oh, okay. I didn't see that. I'm a dumb. I didn't read. We are technically related to all other species and life on Earth, and we aren't really that different on the grand scale of things. We all share traits that matter, and the sun will consume us all. Exactly. Basically, Outer Wilds just is an expedited version of what's going to happen to us all in the end. The sun will blow up. Anyway. Look, girlfriend. Look, she here. And I'm big and tall because I have 5-inch platform boots on. But you can just pretend she's small. Okay? God, she's fucking cute. You aren't dumb. No dumb jokes. Okay. Can I recommend an essay about family abolition, about how queerness is an attack on capitalism in Crusader Kings 3? Hell yeah. Send it to... Drop it in my Discord. You in my Discord, Scribbles? Drop it in the assorted media page. I'm going to, like, start actually going through those. Hang on. Anyway. What do you get when you put Abby in a society that doesn't care or pay attention? You get what you fucking deserve. Nuzzles. Nuzzles, you if you want to drop... You said an essay... Oh, Lily. Sorry, not you, Scribbles. You were right. You're right around Lily of the Boreal Valley there. So I misread that. Lily, sorry, if you're in the Discord, and I'll drop the Discord. Sorry, I just... It's like 12 o'clock. I'm immediately thinking about the fact that I'm going to go have a really nice, relaxing bath with my GF. It's worth noting that I am post-genderist, meaning that I believe the key to moving forward is to refrain from attributing gender to terms and traits that need not be associated as such. I will say that some people who are trans feel significant dysphoria in these cases regardless of intent. but I'll need to do more research to confirm or disprove my theory that gender dysphoria is a psychological reaction to the sense of being misrepresented. I'm not sure what you mean, honestly. We'll be clothed. Yeah, we'll get in the bath fully clothed. We'll Mormon this shit. And then we'll soak afterwards. Soak in the bath, not... I'm glad your English ancestors had the good sense to move to a colony. Sorry for colonialism. Oops, sorry, we did a colonialism. Gotta go to class. Radio, Clara, have a good one. Apologies for calling my sex life gay and starting discourse. Well, discourse is what we do here, I suppose. I think that, I don't know about the psychological reaction to the sense of being misrepresented. I'm not sure what I don't know, honestly. I feel like it's more, I feel like there's a bit more depth there, but I don't know. Only like 33% of the UK is built upon, we have lots of trees and greens. Well, that's good, I suppose. Looked at England on Google Earth the other day and almost cried because they have no trees anyway. Looked for an hour and couldn't find a single tree. Lots of trees. Oh, okay, that's what you're responding to. Oh, I see what you mean. I say this as a trans woman. I'm fine being called bro as a non-gender term, meaning that if someone just calls everyone bro, I'm not bothered. I can understand that, and honestly, that brings us back around to the discussion about, like, is dude gendered? We've had that discussion many times. Dude, man, bro, etc. The issue is that those terms originate with masculinity. You know, calling someone a dude, a man, or a bro originates with masculinity, or at least at some point in recent social history, those terms did involve a level of masculinity associated with them, and it is hard to shed that attachment to them. See, I'm okay with my friends jokingly calling me bro and dude and man and all that. I'm not fussed by it. But if I see people who I don't know referring to me as that, it does come across a little bit dismissive of my transness, or comes a bit dismissive towards my womanhood, I suppose. Anyway, Canada has so many forests. 80% of your province is forested, and the city is covered in trees. Well, that's something. They do have a really big mound. Not sure what dysphoria is because I don't believe gender is necessary except in a self-perpetuating sense. That's understandable. I look at gender through the lens of the sociological definition of it being the social construct of either encouraging certain stereotypes that keep people in little boxes to make the rest of society more comfortable, generally speaking. This is why, like, a lot of what we are taught from a very young age is very, very simplistic. You know, we are taught there are boys and girls. Generally speaking, children are not taught about intersex people, non-binary people, trans people, etc. We are taught that boys have a penis and girls have a vagina. But yeah, generally speaking, it's a social construct, but it makes me comfortable. I like being a woman, for example. I'm a girl, that's it. And that's because society has taught me there are boys and girls, but I am aware there are non-binary people. I'm aware there are agendered people and all of that. So you forgot the difference between dysphoria and dysmorphia in general. So dysmorphia, and I deal with both of these motherfuckers. Dysphoria is the sense that there is something wrong with the way that you are presenting your gender, or there is the distinct sensation that there are elements of you that are gendered incorrectly. So if I don't shave for a day, for example, I've had laser on most of my face, but I've still got like facial hair that grows around my mouth. So like along my chin and like this area and all that. If I let that grow, I get dysphoria. I get the sense of unease and discomfort because I'm looking at myself and I'm thinking, well, yeah, like was mentioned earlier, the psychological reaction that other people might look at me and see a man. That's my fear. That's my expression of dysphoria, generally speaking, is like, I fear people will look at me and see a man. So I do everything in my power to present in such a way that is as feminine as possible. An extension of with body dysmorphia specifically, it's when you look at yourself in the mirror and either you can do naught but nitpick at every imperfection you have, or it's when you look at yourself and you are seeing imperfections that are not there. You are seeing flaws that are not there. Generally speaking, dysmorphia is a form of delusion. You know, you are experiencing a vision of yourself that's not true, a vision of yourself that's not real, or you might be exaggerating physical issues that are causing you stress and anxiety. Phoria is a feeling, dysphoria is a bad feeling, gender dysphoria is a bad feeling about gender. Yeah, dysphoria is not specific to gender, by the way. People can have dysphoria without it being gendered, necessarily. And yeah, you've nailed it on the head, Lily, basically. A lot of the time it can be focused on one particular aspect of yourself. But yeah, I deal with both dysphoria and dysmorphia. Dysmorphia nowhere near as severe as my dysphoria, but you know, I nitpick at aspects of my body all the live long day, and I hate it. So you know, I try to deal with that. Oh, darling. Come here. Hello. She's good people, okay? You should all show her some love and go sub to her Twitch channel even though she's not streaming. Made a charge coming for me to rage over. You certainly experienced dysmorphia because of your genitalia, but I would, and please don't make me if there's no, the problem with it, believe I am transsexual as much as you are transgender. And that's a weird thing. I'm not calling being transsexual a weird thing. Thank you for the head pats, by the way. This is an interesting discussion to have because I'm not honestly certain what the distinction is between being transsexual and being transgender. I feel as though the terminology has shifted and people who were previously perceived to be transsexual she's doing the head pats now. I feel like generally speaking a lot of people who were previously perceived as transsexual are now perceived as transgender. But the terminologies mean different things, I think. So anyway. You don't like your boobs, it's nothing to do with your gender, I just wish I didn't have them, they're too big, I'd rather not have them at all. I'd be happier with that. That's understandable, yeah. Your head pats were fine. Anyway. Anyway, can cis folks have dysphoria? They can. Dysmorphia is a different thing. Dysphoria and dysmorphia are different things. There isn't, but people want transsexual to be the old school, give my sex a switcheroo, yeah. So I think they're basically just different labels for the same concept, generally speaking. And even cis people can experience gender dysphoria if you see a guy flex in the mirror and looking unhappy because he doesn't have as much muscle as he thinks men should have. Exactly. I did, back when I thought I was a cis man, I did have kind of a form of gender dysphoria that focused specifically on the fact that I am not the ideal man, right? Which that is a common thing I have seen among trans women who were previously presenting as men. Previously presenting as men who specifically went down that pipeline of I need to work out and get as big and as huge as I possibly can, then I'll be a real man. And obviously it didn't work because I ended up being a woman regardless. You know. I'm not even told otherwise in this chat, but I still don't believe in nature in England. But still don't believe in nature in England. You just haven't seen someone recommend me a national park to view on Google Earth, so that might change your opinion. Well, that's understandable. From what you've heard, transsexual was more related to bottom surgery, but you've heard a lot of discussion for and against this. That's an understandable viewpoint. I mean, I know there are a lot of transgender women, or transgender people in general, who do put a lot of value on the fact that they want to have bottom surgery. Like, having bottom surgery is a common thing among trans people broadly. You just realized a few things that's understandable. Like, but there are, of course, this is the thing. I think a lot of people would consider transsexual to mean someone who does want to have bottom surgery specifically. You could define it that way, or someone who has had bottom surgery specifically. And being transgender, my understanding of this broadly is that being transgender is a lot more open and less of a gate-kept term, or at least people are trying to define being transgender as less of a gate-kept term. I don't think, even if I had bottom surgery, I don't think I would call myself a transsexual necessarily. Because again, like the term trans, the prefix trans, refers more specifically to this idea of being different to the thing that you originated as. So, generally speaking, if you are a transsexual person, a lot of people might refer to that as meaning you have changed your sexual organs, i.e. your genitals. Right now, obviously, you can't change everything at present. Womb transplants are not a thing for trans women, or there are other elements in play here. You can't radically change every aspect of your sexual biology. We're aware of this. We are completely and fully aware of this. Whereas I think the term transgender specifically is a little bit less gate-kept. It just encompasses anyone whose gender identity doesn't relate to the one that was assigned to them at birth. And by that virtue, there's a little bit of a distinction there. But I don't know. I'm not an expert on this particular thing. Latest big gender euphoria you had was when you were on vacay with your family and you were coming back on your bike as your grandmother and mother were on the porch. Later, when I came to greet them, they talked about how much I look like my dad. Still gives me the good gender tickles. Aww. I know womb transplants have been successfully done, but I don't think they've been done on trans women specifically. Bottom surgery is definitely one I feel I need myself, but I relate more to the term transgender. Yeah. I think people are generally relating more and more to the term transgender because it is a more inclusive terminology. And as a result of it being a more inclusive terminology, it gets around trans circles, queer circles more routinely, and it is seen as more of an avenue into the trans community, I suppose. I don't know. Always thought they meant the same thing. Then again, I'm old. Anyway, did an egg just crack? You covered in cat hair. I think I am too. He was on me before, and there's still cat hair on this, but the lights are dark enough that you can't see it. See if you can find some stuff on womb transplant thing. Okay. There's some difficulty regarding blood vessels for womb transplants, which honestly doesn't surprise me. There's always going to be medical issues with these kinds of things. But yeah, I think there was a trans YouTuber / streamer that I was watching a while back who talked about the idea of like she does actually want to get a womb transplant, and one day she wants to maybe try for a child, which is a pretty cool prospect, honestly. Like, we've already had trans men giving birth to babies, which is not at all really surprising given they have the equipment to do so, but it would be interesting to see a trans woman have a baby. So I'm thinking I'm about at the end of my tether for the night, because it's 3 hours and a bit into stream. So we've been going a little bit over time. I usually end at about the 3 hour, 10 minute mark, because, you know, that first 10 minutes of my stream is the warm up. It's not really a proper stream bit. I think we're going to call it there, and we're going to go say hi to Chloe, who I don't know what she's doing at the moment, but Chloe, who was in chat before, Chloe, who gave us the footage that we reacted to at the first half of the stream. What do I think happens after death? We die. I don't know. Like, I have no idea what was happening before I was born. I imagine the same would happen after I die. You know, I imagine I would just simply cease to exist. I have no consciousness before I was born. I will have no consciousness after I'm dead. I'm okay with this. Honestly, the idea of there being some immortal eternity after I'm gone doesn't appeal to me. The fact that I have limited time on this earth to do whatever it is that I have to do is more appealing to me than the concept of seeking some afterlife, you know. Just notice my earrings. You can thank the GF for those. They're really cute, hey. She said, you're welcome. The electrical patterns in my brain will cease, yeah. I don't have any grand philosophical meanderings about death, but we can have that discussion tomorrow. We're going to be live same time tomorrow. We can talk about death and what might happen after, if anything indeed happens after. But that's one of those what's it called? That's one of those frontiers of science we have not yet breached. Anyway, I'm going to go take us over to Chloe, who is currently doing just chatting. She may be doing a game later. I don't know. She tends to play first-person shooters and stuff. But anyway. And yeah, unfortunately, Ziwa won't be here tomorrow, or until probably Saturday or Sunday. We'll see how that goes, which sucks. My girlfriend's going home. We're raiding Chloe tonight. We'll see about tomorrow, though. If you are not already, please consider following me on my social media. That's Twitter, join my Discord, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. I should post more on TikTok. I really don't have a good... I'm really not good at posting on TikTok. But you know what? I have a thought for a TikTok I'm going to record just after this stream ends. So I'll just wrap that up quickly, get that posted. And you should consider subscribing to me either here on Twitch, over on Coffee, Patreon, or Fanhouse. And yeah, by all means, use your own raid call if you would like. I do have a little raid message, I think, We can post Rogue Raid if you want. We come bearing warmth and good vibes. I do have an emote that I could actually fill in there, but I'm not going to bother. We're just going to use the regular love hearts. If you want to post that, I could add a sub raid command actually. Yeah, that'd be good. Anyway, follow my socials. Catch me tomorrow, 9 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. And if you're keen on Dark Souls, we'll be doing that on Friday. So, as always, be kind to yourselves and each other. I love your faces, and I'll see you when I'm looking at you.